And we are back and live and at it again. I know we weren't here last week. That's my fault. That's my fault. I was I was dying of the flu. I might still have a little bit of a cough. I apologize. I'll try to mute my mic when I feel like I'm going to cough, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I was down for it was almost 2 weeks. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I see Dan, who's already talking trash in the chat. Yes, Dan, you are still the king of consistency. But hey, you got to admit, we had a good run 25 weeks in a row. But that's enough about the past. Enough about the past. This is episode 26 of Collecting Justified here on the Just Justin Collects YouTube channel. You might also be watching this on Kenny, aka Encounter Cultures, social medias, X, Twitch, Instagram, I don't know, wherever. Kenny's gracious enough to simul stream this on a bunch of his social media. Thank you, Kenny, as much as always. And what am I saying here? What am I saying here? I'm out of my groove. I'm out of my groove. But I've been doing a little bit. You see these nice shelves with all this lighting right here. Power Rangers and Pokemon. The cube shelves are a wreck, and you don't want to see what's in the floor. There's not trash. There's toys everywhere in the floor. There's a lot getting moved around because there's always more stuff coming out, guys. And that's what we're here to talk about, toys. We're here to justify our collections. If this is your first time watching this on the live stream or the replay, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and click that join button too to become a member of the Justified. Here, we just try to justify our collecting and all this crap you see behind me, and we have fun doing so. But I don't do it by myself. Every Saturday night at 8:45-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless you tried to show up last week. We weren't here last week. My co-hosts are with me too. Let's see who. We've got all but one here this week. Let's see. I think I always bring in David first. Let's keep with the tradition. David. Uh-oh. He's asleep. There he is. There he is.
Wait, what day is it? I think I've been sitting in this chair for a week.
Yeah.
What's today's date?
Sorry, David.
Did I sleep
It's the day after Valentine's, David. It's the day after Valentine's.
I missed Valentine's Day because I was waiting in this chair for a whole damn week for you to get better. What the hell, Justin?
I'm sorry, David.
Anyway, but whatever.
Hey, you know what? I do have something nice. I don't know if you.
Oh, is that merch?
Merch, David. Merch exists.
Yeah,
merch exists.
I would like one of those. Can I have one of those? I'm an MVP.
Yeah. Sure.
Do I get one of those?
I'll get you a link. I have my my webcam like mirrored, so when I'm showing stuff, I don't have to be like, oh, it's here. The only downside is like all the text is mirrored too, so it's bad. But yeah, there are also Just Justin Collects mugs, guys. Cool. So, David, it's been a couple weeks, my friend. How have you been?
I mean, I'm all right. I'm glad that you guys are doing better. I was, worried about you all. So I'm glad the family's okay. The baby's good, right?
Yeah, he finally fell asleep. He's down here in his bouncer. The wife's going to come in and get him after she's put the 4-year-old to bed. He finally fell asleep. He's a little I told you a little bit about it. I told you he's deciding to be a little difficult as far as the sleep schedule goes. What sleep schedule, David? There's no sleep schedule. None.
He's in charge. If you're not aware yet, he's fully in charge. So
yeah, he's making that known.
And then he's my namesake too. So he's going to be a little bossy.
A little bit. Takes after you a little bit there, David. David, you weren't on this show last week. That didn't stop you from I think you had to make it up and go to a bigger, better show. I heard you were on you at least had a little bit of camera time on a certain show, right? You want to tell people about it?
Yeah, I think I managed to make it onto Legends and Liquor. They finally got a little more consistent about doing Legends and Liquor every other weekend. So they fell off for a bit with their consistency, but seems like it's coming back. But yeah,
well, I was talking about the Daily Show. I don't give a crap about it. I was talking about the Daily Show,
yeah.
David.
So I got my roommate got us free tickets to go be in the audience at the Daily Show. So it was really cool to see how like a show comes together. It was fun. The host was good. We like the camera kept panning by us. So like when I watched back the episode, like I started taking video of like I was seen 3 times in the audience in the episode. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So we were my roommate and I were in the front row. We got there early, so like they seated everybody like first come first serve, and so we were in the front row of the seating, and there's like this crowd warmer that comes out before the main people on screen, and he just like engages with the crowd and like gets their story, like where are you from, like are you two together, are you what do you do for work and stuff like that. And like he was like, we have any Manhattan people, we have any Bronx people, Brooklyn people, and everybody's like, woo, but it was weak. So he pointed at us, me and my roommate, and he was like, where are you guys from? Or he was like, was there any Queens people? And just me and him, we were like, yeah, woo, like so over the top. But we brought the energy, and that's what he's trying to do, is like get the audience hyped up for a reactive experience during the taping of the show. So he kind of kept coming back to us every now and then. It was good. We set the tone.
So it's the same energy you bring to this show, right, David? The same energy.
Listen. I like put everything else aside. Like we're on the internet talking about toys, but anybody can do that. There needs to be some kind of showmanship, personality that makes people want to tune in and see what we have to say. And then when we say stuff, there needs to be like some substance to it, so that's just what I try to bring. Like, why I got to give you guys a reason to come and watch every week, right? So, and then that you miss us when we're not here, like last week,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Hey, I do want to say, everybody watching and everything, thank you for all the messages. David, people missed us, and that felt good. That made me feel good. That made me feel really good. But David, we can't do this alone. Let's see here. Alexi's not with us today. It's Alexi's birthday, right? Today, right? I think so. Happy birthday, Alexi. It's either today or tomorrow. Yeah. How dare you? Alexi is freshly 21. So happy birthday, Alexi. I don't know.
Sure. We'll go with that. We'll go with that narrative.
Speaking of someone who is freshly in his 20s, someone else had a birthday last week, David. He wouldn't have been able to be on the show with us last week if we had made it. So, and you know what? That's why we just went ahead and canceled the show. We just went ahead and canceled it because Kenny wasn't going to be here. But fresh into his 20s, let's welcome in Counterculture, Kenny.
Hey, shout out to my people from Queens. What? No! That's right. Fresh off a birthday. Actually, and I was also in New York last weekend for my birthday. I did make a stopover in Queens, Astoria, but I had to get a sub over in Astoria, and it was fantastic.
So you came into my neighborhood.
I did. My
did
bad.
not hit me up.
Yeah,
for anything.
Awkward.
Should I be offended? Like,
no, because
I'm offended.
I thought we were here
because it was on the way out, and it was on Monday, and it was, the weather.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah,
let's.
There was rain.
Shout out to my people from Queens. Yeah. All right, there we go.
Oh gosh.
But yes, David, to your point. Oh, first of all, David, nice haircut, fresh, looking good, like it.
Nice.
I've only been to a show recording one time, and it was last year, and that's a very cool experience, right? Like, it was the Kelly Clarkson show, but it was a cool experience. You get to see all the behind how they make the sausage, right? Yeah, so very, very interesting stuff. Yeah, so that's it. And apologies, guys, for being born 21 years ago last week. It's been a journey, and to
Much
to
longer
cancel.
journey than 21 years, I think.
It's
Leap years, what,
Mm.
whatever.
the leap years.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Years.
Yeah.
it's okay. Kenny, it's great that you're finally able to drink, my friend. You don't look a day over 18.
I've been waiting. I've just had
Yeah.
this thirst deep within my loins, and finally I can imbibe. So it's been a revelation. It's been good.
Wait, I just want to double click on that. You said you had thirsty loins. Is that what you just said? Are you drunk right now?
Not yet. Not
Maybe.
yet.
Oh, okay.
We still got time.
Keep working on it.
Speaking of not looking a day over 18,
Speaking of thirsty loins, is
thirsty loins.
thirsty loins.
That's the transition.
Let's bring in the thirstiest of loins straight out of the basement. That's why the loins are so thirsty. You've been trapped in the basement for a couple weeks.
Moist thirst. I get it.
Yeah. There's a leak problem down there. It's the foundation isn't good, but it's Andrew. Andrew, what's going on, man?
I'm still a little sick.
Oh, really?
Still coughing. Yeah.
You were sick too? Everybody sick?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is going around everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Watch out, David. don't catch it over the
cough towards your direction.
Damn.
Which way's due north?
Yeah, I might have to mute my mic every now and then too.
Yeah, but it's okay, guys. We're here. We're feeling better. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know how better I'm feeling, but I'm gonna make it through the show. I've got to go back to work tomorrow. That's the suckiest part. I ended up getting a whole extra week off work from this, but it was really just 2 weeks of the flu, and it sucked. I don't think it counts.
That's a
Work in the
terrible
morning.
vacation.
Yeah.
It's terrible. A baby and I had the flu. What the hell is this?
They don't even cancel each other out. Like there's no positive crossover there.
It's almost like karmically you earned this somehow. I don't know, Justin.
I guess that's probably what compulsive collector would say. I did this to me.
There's definite voodoo involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Dan Who right now is sitting in his what would you call it? A flat with a voodoo doll. Just
that's powerful voodoo to make it all the way across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Really strong voodoo.
Yeah. You probably threw it in the ocean too. That's why I've been so dizzy. I swear to God, I had vertigo or something. Turns out it was seasickness. That's what it was. But guys, we have Dan, I own a house. Dan, I don't know. Not a flat. A flat would be what? An apartment, I guess.
An apartment,
I don't know. Language barriers. It's okay.
Well, regardless,
it's okay.
that house needs a few more walls than it has. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe you need to get a flat as well.
Yeah,
exactly. He needs a flat just for his
collection.
Cards.
He did not deny the voodoo doll part. He just corrected you on the house part.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
That is true. That is true. Gosh. So guys, let's get into the housekeeping real quick so we can say hi to this chat and all this good stuff. And we've got a nice laid back topic to think about, to talk about, cry about, whatever you want to. I've got some things to say. And I picked a bad week to be sick because YouTube is on fire right now. I've seen so many thumbnails about people talking about the Maximum series Spider-Man on its release.
People are talking about that.
But people are upset, man. I haven't been able to watch anybody's video to see what everybody's saying, but I've got my own opinions about it. Probably not as strong, but I mean, I'm interested to see how everybody feels about this guaranteed price, Kenny, and how everybody feels about that $49.99. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Kenny doesn't want to talk about it. So let's get into this housekeeping though first. This is, of course, Collecting Justified. We are here most Saturdays, every Saturday except last Saturday at 8:45 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time. You can come over to the Just Justin Collects YouTube channel, sit down for 2-3 hours, listen to me complain about Power Rangers, listen to Kenny complain about Superman, listen to David rant and rave about how much he loves McFarlane and everything McFarlane has ever created. listen to Andrew's facts about Star Wars. And
Yep.
when Alexi's here, when it's not his birthday, he just hops on that bandwagon and talks about how much he loves McFarlane along with David. We have fun. We justify our collecting, like I said in the beginning. And the channel has been somewhat successful. Help us help Andrew, okay? Help me, help you, help Andrew stay out of the basement. The Free Andrew from the Basement Fund is open. All super chats go towards keeping Andrew right here with us on the screen, down below, a couple people down, and out of the basement with what were those skeletons' names down there again, guys?
Thirsty Loins, I think.
It was thirsty
One's
and
thirsty
loins.
and loins, yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they look really thirsty.
Mhm.
So appreciate that. Also, you can become a channel member. You can pause here or just click that join button and then read everything later. Okay, just go ahead, join the highest tier. We appreciate you. Become a member of the Justified. You know how it is. Click accept, read all the terms later or never. Who cares, right? Along with that, we do want to thank all of our channel members. This list has gotten smaller. I know. It's fine. Because you know what? Gifted memberships don't re-up by themselves. We're going to get this list back up. Either way, I don't care if there's one person on this list. That's just one person that I am more and more thankful for. But I do want to go through and thank our channel members. And to be honest, guys, I'm kind of, since we thank our channel members at the beginning and end, this kind of helps with my sore throat right now, thinking a few less names. So starting with the Justified MVP, thank you, Agent Z-Man, the OG channel member, the very first member of the Justified, Legion X, Compulsive Collector, my best friend, John Morrissey, and David, Evan, and Smith. Thank you. David, that credit card will be billed 3 times. Don't you worry. Moving over to the Justified, St. James, the patron saint of collecting himself. St. James might have helped me out with a little something. I might have something coming in the mail. James, thank you, my friend. Sorry. Dan, who reviews, don't know who that is. Christopher Allen, displayed once, aka Rich M, aka Zordon. Kurt K, our Italian grandfather of collecting. Thank you, Kurt K. Jesse Hubbard, Encounter Culture, and Cole's Cave. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the Justified. And I think I did update this slide. So, this is going to be the main topic of today. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the news or not news, lack of news, reveals, silhouette reveals of the Playmates Reignition line. I wanted to talk about it last week, but that didn't happen. I've got a little bit to say. And of course, everyone's talking about it. We have to talk about the broken hearts over this Maximum series Spider-Man. I'm sure we all have our thoughts. We'll get into it. But bam, there we go. Hold on, let me mute my mic real quick. I got to cough a lung out.
While Justin's coughing a lung out, I do think Kurt and I were in Manhattan at the same time last weekend as well. He sent that picture of the Empire State Building warning about the snow to the Legends and Liquor chat, and I was like, oh no, that's not good because I'm here and I'm supposed to leave on Sunday. And while I could have left on Sunday, I ended up staying an extra night to leave on Monday. But yeah, so there's that. Yes.
So that's 2 people that didn't come see you, David.
That's true. That's not. It wasn't just me. Don't blame me. It was Kurt's idea.
You stayed an extra day to also not see me. So
well, but did you come see me in Manhattan?
I didn't know that you were an option. So
that's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Compulsive Collector, speaking of, used his 3-month Justified member chat to say, I didn't think you'd ever top the Dan Who Takeover episode, but last Saturday's episode was your best week of streaming yet, Justin. Thank you. Thank you, John. He did say his favorite episode would be the one where I wasn't here. So let's go through and say hello to everyone in the chat. So as I'm going through, if you haven't said hello in the chat yet, give a wave. Become a channel member, drop some channel member exclusive emojis in the chat, and let us know you're here. Cardback was here 4 hours early. Thank you for being here, Cardback. Wow. Yeah, that's the earliest we've had. David, Evan, and Smith are all three here. Gabriel's here. Good evening, Gabriel. Dan Who talking trash with his consistency crown in the chat. How's it going, Dan? Kenny, of course Kenny's here. Of course he's here. Tac's here. Just woke up. 1:54 a.m. here. Used Uncle Allie for loose collector. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, I didn't even know loose collector stuff was on AliExpress. That's cool. Hey
That
Mark,
opens
how's
it.
it going? I've got some stuff on order from AliExpress, and I hope it doesn't get delayed with all of the crap going on from them like delaying stuff coming from China and all that. So hopefully it doesn't, because I love my cheap stuff from AliExpress. Rick is here. Legion X, what's up, Rick? Let's scroll through. Michael Davis is here. Hello, all. Justin, glad to see you're doing better. I am, my friend. I have to pause every now and then to cough a lung out, but yes. And card bag is David. You might have a fan in here. And card back. David is fine.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
What up, card
And
back?
Jason Smith is here as well.
My man from work. That's my man from work. So hey, Jason,
My
what's
best
up?
friend in the entire world.
By most
John
of you mean that
Morrissey
you
is here.
miss me, but you didn't miss Justin, right? That's how that works. I just need to be clear on that. I don't
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Welcome back. I missed most of you. We know who he didn't miss. It was Kenny. Z-Man is here. What's up, Z-Man? Let's see here. Who else do we have here? Burgos 809. Welcome back. Thank you, Burgos. And let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. St. James is here as well. What's up, fellas? Missed you last week. We missed you too, James. We missed you. Oh, here we go. John Morrissey is going to stir up a little bit. So Kenny was in Queens and he didn't visit David or Evan or Smith. They would have loved to see you, Kenny. You and your thirsty loins.
That's why the loins stay thirsty.
Love it.
Yeah.
To be fair, David's the only one I've actually met in this entire group. So it's not that I have not met David.
It's just that he never wants to see me.
I think that might make it worse. I think that's what I was going to say.
Once was enough. Once was enough. Yeah.
That does not help my argument. You're right. Sorry.
Of course, Compulsive Collectors in the chat. They think you live in a flat in London watching Doctor Who 24/7, talking to Dan. And Chi Collects is here. Hello, everyone. Glad I caught the stream live. Hope you're feeling better, Justin, and all is well. It's getting there. We're getting there, Chi. This is going to make me feel so much better. Kurt K is here as well as Joe O'Neill. What's up, everybody? And I think I am caught up on the chat. So, guys, we're not doing a disappointing David segment this week because I kind of feel like this whole episode is a disappointing David segment. It's a disappointing us segment. Okay, so let's just say we're taking over. We're taking over the disappointing David segment. There we go. Yeah. But Andrew, we do have a Star Wars fact of the day, and you said it's a question, as well as there is a poll in the chat. I don't know if everyone answered the poll, but just asking if you missed us. So I think there's only two options. There's yes, of course, and yep, but mostly Justin. So make sure you answer that accordingly.
Justin is the only one that answered that second one, but okay.
I don't think that's true, Kenny. I don't think that's true.
Well, you and John Morrissey, apparently. That's what it's
exactly. That's what it was. My best friend, John Morrissey. But Andrew, let's get into the Star Wars fact of the day. And of course, Andrew, the tagline for this segment is Anakin might lie to you, but Andrew would never.
No one can kill a Jedi.
Liar.
Love it. It
gets always good.
Gets me dancing every time. I
Yeah.
love it.
It's
I love
nice. It's nice. Yeah.
it. Andrew, you sent
I
me.
think actually, I'm going to do a question for the chat for a Star Wars
Yeah.
fact. Yep. So, who was the first character to ever say a line in Star Wars?
And we're going like order of like release, not like timeline. We're going like very first Star
Yeah.
Wars movie, right?
Very
Okay.
first.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Kenny's got to go. Kenny's got to go watch all of Star Wars all over again. So
Nobody.
everyone answer in the chat. And,
Already got some
Andrew,
answers.
Andrew will actually, the prize is Andrew will send you his custom lightsaber in the mail as a reward.
Oh wow.
Nah, I'm keeping that one.
So I see a couple already.
Yep.
Andrew, I did get the video you sent me too. I was able to get that uploaded. So let's see. Ooh, I did watch the video real quick. So, but I can't remember who actually spoke first. Let's see. We got a couple. All right. Andrew, you want to call it?
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
You
So
okay?
C3PO.
Oh,
go ahead.
who's gonna play the
Play the
video? Andrew.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactors. Will be destroyed.
There we go. I did
Did
not
you-
know that.
Yep. Out of
I did
all the
not
people
know that.
there, C3PO was the first one to talk.
Did you hear that? Were the first words interesting? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Did you
mean,
hear that?
I would challenge that the first line of the movie is pew pew.
It wasn't the question, David.
That was ad libbed. It wasn't in the script.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly. Let's
Guys,
see here.
correct.
Joe O'Neill got it. Some
Mhm.
guy named Dan Who Reviews got it. Kurt.
So close.
R2D2. So
was right there.
close.
He was
So
there.
close.
It was right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Kurt was there. Yeah. In a galaxy far, far away. He was. Z-Man. Jawa? No.
No, Jawa.
No. Kenny. My mom. Yeah.
To be fair,
probably.
To be fair, she started talking like while the movie was playing. And
Yeah. That's fair. It's fair, Kenny.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chi-Chi got it right.
John, copyright notice incoming. Yes, John, I saw that. Yeah, I would, as it was playing, I was like, I should have took the time to trim this down a little bit.
just
But
like
that was probably only like 30 seconds. That was less than 30 seconds. That was
was.
like 20 seconds. So
Oh.
there we go. And actually, if the
32.
Emperor Mouse decides to hit us anyway, I can just trim out that part or mute it or whatever. I don't know.
it's true. It's
Whatever.
true.
You may never see this on the replay, actually. Disney's coming after us, guys.
Be
So
thankful you were here. live.
you were here live. Hopefully, we're still live. So
These are not the copyright infringed clips that you're looking for.
thank you, David.
Oh.
Thank you. So,
That's
guys,
all the Star Wars references I have. That's it. I'm
That's
maxed out.
And we're good.
Yeah.
I guess we've got about probably 2 weeks of pickups. If anybody has anything to go over, maybe.
Oh, do we?
No, I don't think David got anything. Or Kenny, actually.
Oh.
So,
If,
David and
he
Kenny's
had- Go ahead.
David and Kenny's might take a little while. So, Andrew, let's go ahead and knock ours out first. Here, I'll go ahead and do mine. I only got one thing in, and I've already opened it, but let me show you the box. I got the new NECA Jack.
Ooh, I like
Nightmare
it.
Before Christmas. This is really good. It comes with so much. I'm so glad that I passed on like the little, like the plastic carded
Yeah.
one that was very bare bones.
Can you
This
can you
comes
open
with-
the flap again?
Yeah.
I just want to see because like I have the Diamond Select one. I'm just wondering, are the like legs and arms like frail
Oh, dear.
looking?
Um,
No, they look
Yeah.
like they got a little bit more beef to them than the Select.
yeah, I'm nervous bending them,
Yeah,
I'm mainly nervous about the
he's,
knees. I need to heat the knees up.
he's a thin character, but no, it looks really good. I was wondering about that.
I swear it comes with like 6 different heads because there's a second smaller tray behind the main tray, and it comes with like a translucent zero.
That for me, that's where the money is, because the select version didn't come with zero, and
Really?
zero was, or he was with I think he was with a version of Jack, but not the main version. And the version that had zero became pretty expensive. So that's cool. That's cool that it comes with zero.
So here's the secondary tray. So it has the stand in there, 3 more heads.
Damn it. I might have to get this. I don't want to get this, but I might have to get this.
And in the main tray, of course, he's got 1 head on him, and then there are 4 more heads, 2 pumpkins, a photo of himself to hold, his little stand that I've got him on. So he does come with a stand.
Yeah.
And a Jack in the Box, which is really cool.
It's really good.
It's so cool, man. This is a good this is where like there's value for that $34.99.
Yeah.
So much. I'm glad I waited. I'm really glad I waited. I don't think I'm gonna get any of the other ones because I just try to have like a Disney kind of Pixar representation from a bunch of the different movies.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, okay, Jack with zero. That just works for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't need to get Sally and the Mayor and Christmas Jack. I think Christmas Jack is one I'd probably pick up if I saw it on clearance, just to put out like with my Fresh Monkey Fiction Santa around Christmas time. But
would you pay an extra $15 if it came with web sperm?
Possibly, but then I would have to take zero off this stand.
That's true. Yeah, you
actually
forfeit
if
zero.
I don't know. No, we're not going there. So yeah, it's nice, man. And I don't do a lot of NECA because it's that $34 price point, which is so expensive. But I don't do a whole lot of NECA, but I'm glad I got this one. They hopefully, and I'm glad that Target didn't accidentally send me 2 along with a threatening forwarded letter from NECA. So that was nice.
Good. That's a plus.
Although 2 figures were technically in the box, so the threatening letter might still be coming. We will see. We will see. So, but that's my only pickup for the week, besides picking up a lot of stuff from one shelf and moving them to the others. I'm so proud of this. This is awesome.
Yeah, lighting looks great.
Dude, that lighting was such a pain because I put the shelves together and then I had to run it like through and in and out. I had to drill holes in the back of the back of the shelves and all that, and it was a pain. If one strand goes out, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind because I'll just have to redo it all.
Yeah, that's like the one thing you have to really like worry about.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
True.
I did also pick up the flu. Courtesy of my 4-year-old. Thank you, Dan. So, Andrew, let me drag you over to the big screen. Do you have any pickups over this last couple weeks, my friend?
Big old goose egg. I have not got out of the basement.
Well, to be fair, you picked up the flu too, right?
Not the flu, just like sinus.
Cholera. Something in the basement.
Andrew, it's been 3 weeks. I think this is the flu.
It's something. I don't know what it is. Like it went away and then it just came back. I don't know. I mean, I'm around a lot of sick people every now and then, so there's that.
I did get this.
Oh,
if you didn't,
there's that.
Yeah, there's this too. It's my ugly mug on a mug. There we go.
I like it. All right, I have my ugly mug
on a mug. So here we go. Let's see here. Let's bring Kenny's next up. Kenny, I can't think of anything that you or David would have gotten this week, like earlier than a lot of other people.
Well, question, David, do you have the figures to show off?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I will let David show off all the figures. Before I get to that though, I did pick up another year So there's that. That happened last week. Yeah, so I don't even know how to show that, but 1 year picked that up. The other thing that I picked up was, and this arrived today. So Carla has arrived. She is here. Looking forward to that. I am going to open this tomorrow and put that up. But if you want to see what this looks like, there is this channel. Some guy named Dan, he runs a channel. There's already a video about this figure up. If you want to see what that's all about, maybe check out that channel. I don't know. The other things that I picked up, I'm going to show two things from this wave. I will let David go off on this because, you know, sometimes when we're collecting and, you know, we're waiting for things, and depending on where you are, sometimes the Great White North, aka Canada, gets some figures a little bit earlier than maybe our friends over in Great Britain, the United Kingdom. But the Nemesis wave did arrive, right? So Wolverine's the only one I haven't opened yet, so I will also be opening this tomorrow and going through that. Did get the entire wave. So to represent that, what I will show to you, what I have to offer to the audience, the Nemesis Build-A-Figure, aka Genocide. We'll just call him Nemeside. Fantastic. This thing is so cool. And this is what I love about Build-A-Figure waves, right? Like, this is what you want for a Build-A-Figure. This figure is so cool. I mean, everything about it is cool. It looks fantastic. There's a lot going on. I'm in love. I'm in love with this figure.
Looks like you could kill a guy with that.
Yes. Exactly. So I just put it together right before the stream because I've been going through all of these figures all day, yesterday and today. So plenty of videos up on the channel, but this Build-A-Figure is fantastic. And that's why I like Build-A-Figure waves.
So might be the Build-A-Figure of the year, right?
I have to think so. I don't know. To outdo this,
it might be the only Build-A-Figure.
It might be the only one. Well, no, there'll be two. Because apparently, is Herbie? Did you guys see that? Is that a leak? An actual leak about the fan tech?
No,
that's got to be fan made, right?
No,
okay,
it's fan made.
Okay, well, anyway, there will at least be one other Build-A-Figure this year, and it will not be as good as this. Although, no, yeah, you know what? I'm calling it now. Clip that. So we'll see how that goes.
It'll be a Fantastic Four Build-A-Figure wave for the movie, but the Build-A-Figure will be an invisible Sue Storm. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's see here. I guess we can bring David to the big screen. David, I don't think you got anything, right? Nothing of note.
So if we actually did stream last week, I would have had nothing to show because the week before when we did stream was the breaking news that it was in stock at CMD store, the X-Men Build-A-Figure wave. Ordered it then, and then it sat from Monday ready to ship from the Monday after that last stream.
That was so frustrating.
Right? Like, it was
so
just sitting there ready to ship for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And then it started, for me, it started moving, I think, on Tuesday this week.
Yes.
And then I got it by Friday. But that's due to the tariffs and all the things going on between shipments from China to Canada, and then anything that's in a box with a label that came from China. If they're determining whether the value of what's in the box is $800 or more, then they wouldn't let it pass. But if it was under $800, they would let it cross the border to us. So it's just like it showed Legion X in the chat. Like we were chatting about it because he also ordered this wave the same day that, you know, I found out that it was in stock. And he was like, it says it's sitting at Niagara Falls, New York for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he just pictures it like hanging from a string dangling over the falls.
It was just over the wall. Yeah, just over the
river at that point.
and then it, you know, dropped, and then like it went through Niagara Falls and was distributed to the rest of us. So luckily, thankfully, it was worth the wait though, and still we got it way earlier than the UK. So woo!
Woo!
Woo! But yeah, I do echo the sentiments that this Build-A-Figure is massive. I have no like sentimental attachment to this version of the character. I really would have liked an AOA Holocaust update.
Yes.
Because the translucent shell that he lives in is like iconic to me. Like that was such an eye-catching design when they did AOA. But this, for what it's worth, this is a really cool figure. It's really well done. He's got flames inside the dome surrounding his skull.
Burning
the
loins.
cannon. What?
Burning loins. Right.
Burning, like thirsty. You've heard of thirsty loins. Now you've got burning loins, and there is a cream for that. So I've heard.
It made me laugh.
I wish he had a effect that plugs into this cannon.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like we're gonna have to steal from like Retrocard Apocalypse or something. We shall see.
Still, looks like you plug in like maybe one of the lightning collection effects or something in there. You're not using those for anything anymore. So
right. Yeah. Well, I tried flamethrower effect from Torch from the G.I. Joe Classified, and it's too small.
Too small.
Falls out. Yeah. So, but I'm still on the hunt for a good, powerful effect for this thing. Great figure. I did open the Wolverine. Hey, it's another Wolverine.
Hey,
imagine.
Hey. Just in case you needed one. There's another.
I do actually.
Yeah.
Enough Wolverines.
Staying in AOA, beautiful AOA Nightcrawler in his X-Force costume. His angry head has red eyes, and the not angry head is yellow eyes. The still in the AOA, beautiful Gambit. With his
that is a nice looking Gambit.
I mean,
that is a pretty boy Gambit if you've ever seen one. That's
very, very pretty face sculpt.
I'm very happy that he can actually hold the staff too.
Yes, because it always slipped out of the
every other Gambit ever.
It's very snugly, very nice. He comes with like a card, a 2-finger, whatever you want to use that for, but a card throwing hand, and no cards. But if I remember correctly, he didn't do cards in AOA.
Right.
I think the AOA figure that Toy Biz made had like a sphere or something of energy.
Yeah.
You guys remember that? The old figure? Before your time? Kenny, I know you're old enough to know about this figure.
No, I just turned 21. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I feel like the cape is a little fiddly. Like, I don't really care for this. But
just throw a cloth wire tape on there.
Like for the Gambit, the only thing I wish, instead of giving the card throwing hand, I wish they would have just given another grasping hand so he could hold the staff with both hands.
Yeah. Sometimes you need both hands to deal with that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, for real.
It already comes with the extra hand with the 2 fingers. Yeah, and then a
lot going on there.
See, if he came with the extra gripping hand, that's for him. But the 2-finger hand is for everybody else.
There we go.
So, I like it.
Think of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little something for everyone.
Oh, that is a nice effect.
This is so cool. I love this effect.
Seriously, there's nothing not dynamic about this.
Yeah.
And it's strong enough that it's not really warping.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Looks good.
You know?
David, quickly go to your display, take every Cyclops off your display and try to fit that into each one. I need to know which ones it fits, which ones it doesn't.
You can watch MCU Collector's review because he notoriously puts this in upside down on every figure he tries to plug it into. So the ridged part goes at the bottom.
Oh shit! I did
for display. Did you do that too, Kenny?
Yeah.
Come on, man. If he is constantly displayed looking up to blast this, the ridged part would be on the bottom. You're not.
Oh wait, no, I did it right when I put it in the X-Men '97 Cyclops. I think I did it right.
You think? Or are you sure?
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
So with Gambit, the 2-fingered hand is for everyone else. with Cyclops, are the ridges for him or?
It's really for all of our pleasure.
Oh, okay, just
Yeah.
wondering.
But
That is-
just such, I don't know who would like not display him with this head and that effect if you own this figure. Like there's no other option. Like throw the standard smirking head in the trash. This is it.
yeah.
This is it.
I did it
How many
wrong.
different pieces is that blast? Like
It's
how many?
two. It's the beam and the end piece, the impact piece.
It's ridged for my pleasure, and I put it the other way, or I guess I
Wow.
don't know. Whatever.
Get
Anyway.
it together, Kenny. You've been at this too long to be fucking up the displays.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. That's
Come
fair.
on, Kenny.
Come
Jeez,
on,
and a
Kenny.
year older
Damn it.
nonetheless. Damn it, Kenny.
No.
Right.
Just that's
So,
when
yeah.
you play desktop.
I mean, I could just sit here and show this off for 2 hours, like legit.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
very good. It's so good.
It's mesmerizing. So, and he's wearing boots.
He does
Look.
have the boots. That's a
Look, yellow
can't-
boots.
Of course, David. Hasbro wouldn't release a character without boots. It's-
Of course.
Never.
What is this?
they
I
never
mean,
forget. They never forget.
wow.
This is about a heartbroken episode. So
This one's
And
great.
then,
Love it.
awesome Marrow with her cool loose strand of hair off the front of her forehead. You know, great figure, very nice, clean, simple, is what she is. I actually would have liked another head sculpt that's like an angry face with like, you know, that like on the forehead bone. You know?
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
That-
It would have been.
But still, great figure.
It would have been nice if Hasbro had thrown you a bone.
Yeah, you know.
It's my-
I mean, I just want appropriate amount of boning.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And then continuing with dynamic, this chick is angry as hell because
Yeah.
half of her face is missing. She is angry. This is both of the skin pieces from two figures that I got because I picked up another one in order to use the body as another Gen X girl. Kenny, I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Now that you have
I just agreed.
Dark Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
What?
No. Go ahead. I just agreed without question. But yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I need you to ship me Dark Miss Marvel.
Okay.
No. What I need you to do is tell me how the red of this matches the red of Dark Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Because I'm planning a leg swap. And I would love to use these red legs on that Dark Miss Marvel.
Okay.
So if it matches, that's great. If it's not, then I need you to dig Monet out and see if that red matches Dark Miss Marvel.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right.
Okay. You have your
Gotcha.
orders. You have your marching orders.
Yes.
But yeah, Husk, like this head sculpt, again, they give you two head sculpts with her. The other one I made as an Emma head, and it works. And this one is the only way to display Husk.
Yeah.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on. I also gave her, you'll notice, I gave her a metal arm. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I'm in the process of looking for a red scrap that she can hold in the other hand, like she tore the sleeve off. You know, so
What if-
I'm working on that. But yeah, I need a little more transformation effect with
What if you use like one of the pieces from the Secret Wars cap shield, like the broken pieces?
no, there's so I had made a Husk custom like years ago. And there was a red cape. I think it was on Odinson, and he had a one shoulder cape and it's tattered on the end of it.
Yeah.
And I cut pieces of that extra figure off, like that extra cape off, and used it as the tatters for that Husk custom. I just can't for the life of me find that custom right now. So I'm just gonna steal it from the custom because I don't need the custom anymore.
Right.
I could use the tatters, you know? So
That's good.
Yeah. But I have a plan in place. I just need to locate that custom. And then of course, our favorite jackass, Fabian Cortez.
That's right.
With ponytail, full ponytail. Good figure. I did buy two of these as well and made a chrome acolyte. So
Like it.
hand from MCU Electro, like old school MCU Electro, and the head is from Secret Wars Doom, I believe.
Oh.
And then little
Yeah.
white streak of hair from Mohawk Storm. So easy peasy. So yeah. So is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Did you find the answer for me, Kenny?
Yes, I did. Give me a moment. Oh, wait. Before I go, though, I need to. Oh. Yeah, let me go check because I had one more thing I forgot to show off, but I do want to get you that answer. So let me.
It's urgent. It's urgent.
Oh,
I must know.
Urgent.
My
on.
Dark Ms. Marvel is in shipping. It's
I
like
know.
supposed to come on Tuesday. We'll see. We'll find out. But you have her, and you have both. I actually messaged Rich asking if he could tell me, and then Rich said that Dan has his Husk, and then I messaged Dan, and he was like, "Well, I shipped the Ms. Marvel back to Rich, so I only have the Husk." So
Both weren't in
neither
the
of them
same
have.
place.
Rich owns both,
I got you.
but he
I got
doesn't
you.
possess both.
I understand
Because he's supporting Dan's desperate channel.
habits. Yeah.
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 You know.
Okay. Let me.
So
Jesus.
you're the only one I know that has both.
Let me. Can I just have
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
I'll be back.
What's my answer?
Yeah. No. Hold on.
Kenny. Kenny.
Find it now. John Morrissey is feeling a little jealous, David. Said he was jealous with you guys before seeing the figures in hand. Now I'm hopping in my car to drive to Canada to buy them tonight.
Listen,
Safe-
and you
safe-
know, CMD store
safe
right
travels.
now is not in stock on the Wave. I think Wolverine is the only thing available to order right now on CMD. So like, that's why I jump on this stuff early. Like as soon as it was in stock, and again, like if you compare like the cost of the order to like what you pre-ordered on Hasbro Pulse, usually CMD store is like $2 or $3 cheaper than the Hasbro Pulse order somehow, even with the shipping and everything. So like, it's worth checking it out. And like Amazon still says that these are going to ship in May. So I don't know how long people are going to be waiting in the US for this wave, but it's a solid wave. Every figure is like really sharp looking, really dynamic looking, colorful from all different corners of the X world. Like if you're an X-Men fan, like this, there's literally something for everybody in this wave. So can't say enough good things about it.
And Art G's here. Hello,
Hey.
everyone. Hi, Art G. How's it going, bud? And David, everyone's saying in the chat how much they love your customs.
Oh, thanks, Chi-Chi. I see you in there, Chi-Chi. Awesome customs, thank you.
And
Joe O'Neill, nice metal arm upgrade on Husk. Thank you.
Andrew, who's your favorite from the wave?
You know, probably the Cyclops.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
thought you were just going to be quiet, and I was going to be like,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
So, David, I got a
Look at
question though.
Yeah.
How well does that stand up?
Cyclops?
Yeah.
Perfectly. Perfectly. Legit.
Really?
Like I kind of because of the weight of this,
Mhm.
I just kind of arch him back a little bit. So like you see that his legs are kind of back to balance him out. And the look up, it kind of stabilizes him with the weight all being up to down, you know? So like he does not tip over with this. It's not a heavy piece, but it is solid. So it keeps it from like warping and dipping and drooping. Like it's just really freaking amazing. Like I'm almost mad that they didn't do this sooner. Like the impact piece.
That's nice.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
And David has become the master of the arch. So
hey,
there you go.
Yeah.
I do have to say that, Andrew, if you ever have like any figures that like when you're setting up your display and you can't get it to stand, Rick put me onto these Legion X, these little small stands. So you can put them on 1 foot or use them for both feet. These work great. I used them setting up my Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures, and I don't have to worry about stuff falling over anymore. It's awesome. So you can get them on Amazon. They come in like, you can get like a bag of 100 or like a bag of like 28 or something like that. These are awesome.
What's the verdict, Kenny?
Verdict: the red is closer to Monet than Husk. And like to be fair, when I was doing the comparison between Monet and Husk, you don't really, unless you take the time to stare at these, you don't notice the difference, right? But
Yeah.
the red on Husk has not necessarily more matte, but it's like this, the ever slightest bit lighter. Okay.
Let
But
us see, Kenny. Let us see.
well, I don't think it'll come across, but
Oh, you're a liar.
especially if I hold it like that. But the red is certainly closer to Monet.
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah,
Does it?
I mean, I saw in Dan's review the Husk to the Monet. The red does seem like one shade off, but I still. So this is my twisted justification. I did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think we lost him.
Right as he was justifying it.
We broke David.
Justified.
David's twisted justification is yeah. Guys, this is the best point David's made all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while he's frozen, let me show off the other thing that I picked up that I forgot to mention, because a week cannot go by where I don't pick up a Superman item, right?
Ooh,
check this
true.
out. I got Superman Old Spice products. Folks, this is not a sponsorship. We are not sponsored by Old Spice. And I'm not speaking for the channel, but Old Spice, I think if you'd like to sponsor us, we would be receptive. I don't know. Not speaking for everybody, but just saying. So Superman stuff. I don't even know if this is any good. I don't know if it smells good, but that's what I'll be wearing, I guess. I don't know. So there you go.
I was about to ask, is this for the shelf, Kenny, or for use?
Yeah.
Used in the shelf.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Yep.
We'll go with that.
Just you're panning, doing another room tour, and there's like just one armpit hair just hanging from it.
A tour of the bathroom with the Superman Old Spice.
All right, there we go. There we go. Love it. Love it. Hopefully David will be back. Maybe his old man flip phone died. David, upgrade your phone. Upgrade your phone, David.
Must have.
Come on. Yeah, Legion X said, David's gone. Bring in Evan, if only. And Compulsive Collector says, it was too twisted. It was so twisted, guys. So, guys, I guess while we're waiting on David to come back, let's see here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the main topic. He'll be back. He'll be back. David will always be back. He'll plug his phone up, and it'll all be great. So let's talk about this. What everybody's talking about. This damn new Spider-Man. This new freaking Spider-Man. This $50, $49.99 Spider-Man. And I've got some thoughts. Honestly, the price doesn't surprise me. It was the price I kind of thought. And I'm not some revolutionary. 90% of the people out there were guessing $50. I don't know anyone who might be in the other 10% that thought maybe another total. I have no idea. But
can I clarify? Can I clarify something? I always knew it would be $49.99. I never said another price. Earlier in other episodes, you may have heard me say $39.99. What I meant was it would be $39.99 plus the $10 Amazon gift card I had. I was just saying that it would be $39.99 of my own dollars, but $49.99 total. I've definitely stuck by that the entire time.
Sure, Kenny. Sure. Just like he never leaked the StreamYard info to Dan Who.
Maybe not me. Also
not me. Also not me. I'm just checking to make sure I don't have a message from David. No. Okay, we're good. So I always expected the $50, and I was going to get it. I was going to pre-order this thing. And I still, in the previous episode when we talked about the Maximum series, I stand by what I said. If you want this thing, I hope you got it when the pre-orders went up, because it's going to be $50. If you can justify that price point, go ahead and get it. David's back. Hi, David.
I'm so sorry. My internet went down. So like
Oh,
it bumped me off the internet completely. My TV froze, everything froze, my phone froze, like, but I'm back. Sorry.
I was wondering why we dropped by 10 viewers there. There
That-
you go.
must be. Let them all know. Put a message out. Put an email blast out. I'm back.
It's all right, David. I was blaming your flip phone for it, but
Whoa! Wow.
but we just started into the main topic, David. And I literally just brought the slide up. Kenny was saying that he always knew it was going to be 50, of course. It was never a doubt. He said we were misquoting him. He meant he was only going to pay 40 of his own money after he used his $10 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You know, believe that if you want.
That's what happened.
Sure.
But
okay.
For me, the price didn't surprise me or anything. And I was saying, David, I stand by what I said in our previous episode when we talked about this. If you wanted it, I hope, pre-order it right then when it comes out, because it's the cheapest you're ever going to get it. This isn't something that's ever going to go on sale anywhere else. Once the pre-orders are gone, I feel confident that more stocks, it's going to come into stock in places when it actually comes into stock and it's not a pre-order anymore. It'll come back up in the stores, but that will sell out just as quick as the pre-orders did. This is going to be an item that stays sold out. This isn't something you're going to walk into a store and be able to grab off the shelf readily or anything. Maybe you'll see it in some comic book stores, some toy stores, but this is going to go for $100 plus on the aftermarket. Yeah. It's going to. Is the value there? That's for you as the consumer to decide. Honestly, when we're talking about value, and we're going to talk about value, you have to take it with a grain of salt, in my opinion, because we can talk about what's in the box, what we see, and how that value measures up to each of us individually or doesn't. But you can't necessarily talk about the figure itself yet because it's a brand new mold and nobody has it in hand. We don't know how it's going to feel. We can speculate, and we'll get into that a little bit. This is something where the longer I looked at it and leading up to the pre-order, I brought up the tab on Amazon when the pre-order went live, and I just chose not to pre-order it, guys. I didn't get it. And that's mainly because I got my CT Toys comic Spider-Man in hand the other week, and I'm happy with it. And my main display, I have several Spider-Man figures for my Spider-Man the Animated Series display. Besides that, my CT Toys is kind of like my fitting into like my comic Avengers and stuff like that, like as Spider-Man. I don't really need this. I like the CT Toys one more. You might like the look of this one more. I know Compulsive Collector absolutely loves these giant McFarlane islands. He's a huge fan.
He talks about it all the time. Like he won't stop. Yeah.
My biggest issue with this is it's $50 and you get all this. So meanwhile, for the CT Toys, I think depending, it bounces back and forth and which seller you go to, and always approach AliExpress with caution, right? You can get it from anywhere between $10 to $20. Just the amount of accessories you get with that I paid around $10. You can't beat this. I got it in hand. It's not falling apart. The joints are nice and tight, but not too tight. It comes with a flight stand, so, and I really like it. So that's my extra Spider-Man on the shelf. That's with like my CT Toys, Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and my Captain America and Iron Man and all that. This might be a great Marvel Legends Spider-Man, but at the end of the day, after getting this CT Toys one in hand, I just couldn't justify the $50. I just couldn't, because I don't care about these Hasbro web effects. If these were like bendy wire web effects, that'd be different. that'd be really cool, something innovative. I don't care about the spider sperm with the stand. That's going to go in a bin. I don't care about this. This Spider-Man comes with a longer, like, web net effect here. The shield's cool. The different hand accessories are cool. I don't like that Peter Parker head. I've already got this Spidey sense effect from Can of Beams. And I've got Marvel Legends Spider-Man, and I just couldn't pull the trigger when it came down to it. It's something that the longer I looked at it and the longer it took, if this pre-order would have dropped a couple weeks ago, I would have ordered it. But the longer I had to sit on it and look at it and think about it, I was like, just not for me. So even if it comes back into stock, I'm just not going to get it. That being said, I'm still optimistic about the Maximum series going forward.
Yeah.
I hope that I want the Hulk. I hope it's not an $80 Hulk like we were talking about, like David pointed out it might be. I hope it's not, but I'm starting to get a little worried. Starting to get worried.
Justin.
I know.
Justin, we are staring at what we know is a $50 Spider-Man. So are you still going to sit there and try to say Hulk is not going to be $80?
Maybe 55?
Well, yeah, sure. Okay.
$39.99.
Make a financial bet.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I'm curious. I didn't order this. Kenny, let's just go down the line right here. Kenny, did you order this Maximum Series Spider-Man?
Yeah, I spent my $39.99.
So give us your broad strokes, your thoughts.
Yeah. So I did spend my $39.99 on the Spider-Man plus an additional $10 that was not previously mentioned. Anyway, I did pre-order and I talking on Dan's stream the other day on the after show. I made this analogy. I likened it to the scene in Pulp Fiction where so John Travolta's character, Vincent, he's sitting down at the diner with Uma Thurman's character and he's looking at the menu and he sees the $5 milkshake on the menu, right? And I get it, like today, $5 milkshake doesn't sound like anything, but at the time, like the $5 milkshake, it stood out to him, right? So it's like, oh, $5 milkshake. Well, it must be a pretty damn good milkshake, right? So I want to see what that's like, right? And that's how it went. The scene, he tasted the milkshake. Oh, it's pretty good milkshake, right? So I want to see what a $49.99 Marvel Legend looks like compared to my standard $24.99 Marvel Legend. And now with Spider-Man, you do have the figures, think like PS4, PS5 Spider-Man. Those figures did cost more than your standard Legend, right? I think $27.99, $29.99, something like that, right? And then you've had other great ones in 2-packs, like Renew Your Vows was in the 2-pack. I think this will be the best Spider-Man that Marvel Legends has to offer, but do I feel good about it? Not necessarily, because of the price point. To your point, you look at the CT Toys version, or even look at a Mafex version, what you're paying for a Mafex figure, you're accustomed to that. And I think the Mafex crowd is a different crowd. Unfortunately, Alexi's not here to like talk about that point, but I don't know that the Hasbro crowd is really, I don't want to say conditioned, but like used to that level of price point for what appears to only be slightly above your standard figure, right? The closest comparison we have is going to be your highly articulated Black Widow, Target exclusive, $27.99, had a lot of accessories going on with it. And people complained about that being $27.99, but it's a fantastic figure. Right? Times have changed. Yeah. No matter what, there's going to be a group of people who will complain about the prices of the figures. At the end of the day, though, what was the result? This sold out everywhere. At this point, I think it has completely sold out. Right? I don't know, maybe still on GameStop, but GameStop and Big Bad Toy Store were the last bastions of availability for this figure. And then BBTS went out. I haven't checked GameStop, but
Well, GameStop will just cancel your order later anyway. Right,
that's
Andrew?
fair. So it doesn't necessarily count. So what's the measure of success? To Hasbro's eyes, this is the best. Honestly, everything about this is everything they could have hoped for. The amount of conversations this has generated, the amount of free press and advertising this has generated is beyond what they probably hoped for, right? We're still talking about it. It's sold out. We're still talking about it. We're not the only ones. There's other channels live right now talking about it.
Don't watch them though. Watch us.
Yeah, don't watch them. Watch us.
Stay
We
right
have we're be here, but it's just I don't know. I lost my train of thought at the end there, but the point is, it's a popular character. It's going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious where it goes from now, right? Justin, to your point, what does that Hulk cost? And I don't think they can justify a much higher price point for a Hulk figure. Spider-Man's easy. Spider-Man will sell. You can sell Spider-Man at $49.99. I don't think you can sell Hulk at $80.
It's tougher.
Hold my beer.
I know. Look, I said this figure would be $39.99. Mark my words, yada, yada, yada. I was wrong, but it should have been $39.99 because then you could sell the Hulk at $70 and make that work, right? In people's minds. I don't know that the Hulk markup, and I'll probably be wrong again. Maybe it's just somewhere inside of me I'm just very hopeful, but I don't know that you can make the Hulk work at almost double the price of this. I don't know. We'll see.
That hopeful side. We'll be sure to stamp that out before the end of the stream.
I appreciate it.
Exactly.
You're too old now to be hopeful, Kenny.
There's just this little part of me that will always be there, You're right. John's right. They're gonna get they're gonna get me for an $80 Hulk. Yeah.
No, definitely. Says, I think for me, it's the curiosity. I want to see how much Maximum Series Spider-Man is like other Legends and also Mafex/SH Figure Arts. Yeah, I think to that effect too, there's going to be a lot of people that buy this and then sell it because they're like, it wasn't for me. But they're not going to be selling it for 50. They're going to be flipping it for 75 to 100. Yeah. So it's, if you want it, try to get it when it comes back in stock. Get it now. Don't wait later. But I'm in no way saying that the value is there because to me, I just don't see the value. I can't. And that's coming from someone who was going to buy it. Hey, it could be an amazing, you could get it in hand and it could be buttery smooth like a Mafex and it could blow everybody out of the water. And then egg on my face, I missed out on it, I guess. But at the same time, if it turns out to be the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man ever, I'm still okay with the Spider-Man figures I have at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, John Morrissey said in the chat, slightly better sculpt with slightly better accessories for $50 when I already have a dozen really nice Spider-Man Legends figures. No thanks. But goes on to say, if it was his first Spidey, I guess if he's just getting into the hobby, then buy for sure.
So yeah, John,
that's a very good point.
John, you make a great point. And I think probably in some thought process there, that was the idea, right? If you're just coming into Marvel Legends, this is fantastic for you. You know, you don't have to spend $70 on a used Spider-Man on eBay. $49.99 gets you a Spider-Man
sperm.
with web sperm and everything else that you ever dreamed of. Yeah, food for thought, I guess, but
Sperm for thought.
but
Sperm for thought.
you know who mostly bought this was people who already have a bunch of Marvel Legends and people who are going to sell this for double, you know, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or they can turn around and sell that Renew Your Vow Spider-Man to pay for this one.
And they could,
potentially.
yeah.
So-
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I'm going to run and get a drink real quick. But, Andrew, I'm curious, and then we'll go to David after Andrew's long-winded answer here.
Yeah. You know how it is.
I'll be right back. Andrew, let us know, what are your thoughts on this $50 Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man, and why is it going to be your definitive Spider-Man in your Star Wars collection?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you get a lot with it, in my opinion. The face sculpt, I don't really like.
The Peter Parker one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really like that one.
I don't
mean,
think anyone does.
The figure does look good, but I'm a cheap collector, so I would lean more towards the other one. You know, being $10 to $20 when you get almost the same stuff, but not exactly. But
Yeah,
I mean, that's
this is Andrew is the no offense, the virgin Marvel Legends collector. This is he is the target audience that this is supposed to be the on-ramp
intended for. Yeah.
And he doesn't want to spend $50 for it. So
No, that's a great point. And I guess thinking about my previous comment about this being how this was supposed to be the introductory figure, David, you're right though. Like no one wants to be introduced at a $50 figure, right? Like
the price will intimidate that on-ramp customer away from joining Marvel Legends starting at a $50 purchase. One figure.
Yeah. I retract my previous remarks. Please strike them from the record.
Did we stamp out your little glimmers of hope?
You not yet, but you're getting closer.
Well, I haven't really spoken about it yet, so we'll see how that.
There's still time.
Still time. Mm-hmm. So, Andrew, you said you pre-ordered 3, right? Sorry, I had to say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Have them hanging from the ceiling.
He wants to be able to display each head on each of the 3 Spider-Man. Yeah.
I think I did hear you say as I was stepping out, Andrew, you don't like that Peter Parker.
Yeah, it just don't look good.
And credit to, who was it? It was on Dan's show on Legends of Liquor. I don't remember if it was Dan or it might have been Cloud that said that the problem with these kind of comic Peter Parker or generic Peter Parker head sculpts is most everybody's mind's eye of Peter Parker is from the animated series. So you see a head like this and you're like, wait, why? That's not. So, and I guess that's probably my issue. Other than it just being I don't know, it kind of looks like he's been hitting the street corners, you know.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go get a little bit of alcohol because we're in Talk Power Rangers after this. So yeah, it's that $50 price point is just a hard one to swallow, right, Andrew? It's just a little high for Legends, and I understand it's a new thing. It's like a premium line above the regular Legends line. So we'll see where it goes, and it's hard to cast judgment on this until, or at least accurate judgment, really, until there's a few of these out, right?
Right. And
then we can kind of look at it as a whole to see what they're doing with it. So, David.
So I just want to clarify.
How many?
You said that the web sperm is hard to swallow. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's why I had to go get this chaser. There we go.
Okay, copy. So me, I on the last stream, on the maximum stream, Alexi talking about it convinced me that I did not need to buy this. And then the $49.99 price point reassured me that I don't need to buy this. And I want to put it to you this way. Like, think that the average price of a Marvel Legends is $24.99. And that, like, it can be $22.99, but then tax, it turns it like at Target becomes like $27 and change. So let's say that the average price of a Marvel Legends is $25. This is $50. So if you want to take an average Marvel Legends, that would be a figure, maybe an alternate head sculpt, and maybe an extra set of hands, maybe one power effect. So if you took those parts away from this on the photo right here, and you put the rest of the stuff in a package by itself, is the rest of that stuff worth another $25?
No.
So, like, I rest my case. Like,
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, right? So maybe if a normal standard Spider-Man was the figure, the Spidey sense effect, the Peter Parker head, and two sets of hands. You take the rest of that stuff, the web sperm and the two strands of the swinging webs and the shield and the other hands, like, that's not $25 worth of stuff.
No.
Really?
I guess
Really?
playing devil's advocate. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, David.
No.
But devil's advocate, what somebody might say is, "Oh, it's brand new sculpt." But is it anything that innovative?
The innovation
versus like the Renew Your Vows? It's
still a butterfly joint. It's still a diaphragm joint. It's still a ab crunch. It's probably still a drop down hip, right? So what innovation in the sculpt? Yes, it is newly sculpted, but what is the innovation in that new sculpt that would jack this to a double price point from a standard issue figure? And yes, the after retail prices are more than this. That's true. But then, like, shouldn't the on-ramp purchase of a Spider-Man be at a standard price point to get people to, like, consider the line? Instead of, like, trying to lure them across the fence to a double price point figure that is going to be a broader offering than what a standard figure is anyway. You know, like, it just seems a very bait and switch, very misdirectional kind of process, and and it makes me lose sight of what this is really intended to be. You know, like, if they intend it to be the on-ramp, they fail because Andrews doesn't want to buy it. He doesn't want to spend $50 on it.
Yes.
So, and they're not getting me to buy it because I have every other Spider-Man that I bought at regular retail price. So
I will tell you, there are two groups of people who bought this figure. People who are curious and people who intend to resell it, because there's too much hype behind it not to attract that latter audience, right? Like, there are people who bought 5 of these saying, yeah, I'm going to sell this for $100. But
it's not a HasLab, you know, like,
no,
like, that's what's blowing my mind. Like, people are buying multiple HasLabs to sell it, and I get the resale value of that because it's like a limited edition thing. But if this is supposed to be like a launch of a presence, like an evergreen presence for a Spider-Man for like the year of 2025, like, it's not quite as exclusive as a HasLab, you know?
No, I absolutely agree. And to that point, there are plenty of Spider-Man figures, Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Spider-Man figures on eBay or whatever, Mercari, whatever, that sell for a high price. But it's not like there are 100 people paying that price. There's like 5 dudes paying that price, right?
Yeah.
Like, we've as action figure collectors, we've all paid high prices for some figures, right? That's just the nature of the beast and collecting things. At some point, you're going to pay a price that you're like, I don't want to pay that price, but you're going to pay a high price for a figure. Just because 5 Spider-Man figures sold for $80 on eBay doesn't mean every Spider-Man should be $50.
Right. Well, think about that. If this was released at $35.99, like the MCU Black Widow figure, right? That was like $35.99.
Yeah.
And it had pretty much the same stuff plus a flight stand
Yeah.
right? And big
Yeah.
explosion effects and all sorts of shit.
That went to
let's say
Ollie's,
that
though.
this was released at $35.99.
Yeah.
Do you think people would still be spending $80 on eBay for Renew Your Vows if this
No.
was available for $35.99?
Absolutely not. And
No.
that's why I thought $39.99 was like the high point of where it should have gone.
It just seems like Hasbro's reaching for those resale prices
Yeah.
and not putting enough into this to justify it at that price point. So I just don't, I lose sight of who this is really for. Who
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
but it sold out everywhere. So
Yeah.
who am I? But I wasn't one of those people.
Yeah, but you go on eBay right now. How many listings do you see for $90, $100, $120? You know, so
It's crazy that so it sold out because it is Spider-Man. It sold out in spite of the price.
yeah.
So 35, it would have sold out even faster. 35, I don't think we're having this conversation though.
No,
35,
we are
can
not.
look at it and say, yeah, the value's there. I would still be asking for a flight stand. But in St. James, like you said, like Kenny and David both said, is Hasbro was looking at those resale prices of previous Spider-Man and said, we need to get some of that. Yeah.
Yep.
They have said that they want to keep evergreen characters on the shelves, but this doesn't do that. This isn't going to be on the shelves.
Right.
So like David said, who is this for really? It's losing sight of it because us collectors already have, like, I don't have to Renew Your Vows, but I have, what's the other mold? The newest retro carded
the Amazing Fantasy one.
Yeah. Everyone, the big debate was Renew Your Vows versus Amazing Fantasy. So I've got an Amazing Fantasy buck on my shelf. I don't have Renew Your Vows because I just didn't need that 2-pack because I've already got, my Spider-Man on the shelf. If you have that though, is this really that big of an upgrade?
Right.
I mean, who knows? It's
unless
like you said,
unless he jumps out of the package himself. There is nothing that they could do to innovate the body to justify a double price point.
Yeah. John says it's apparently for a lot of people. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it sold out. It sold out. So
when you get it in hand, let's invite one of them on the stream to do a review on the stream. And let's see if it justifies the $50.
I agree.
After they get it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Brian, Brian, to my point though, yeah, it sells for 50 or more, but again, the people who are buying on the secondary market it's such a small group compared to the mass consumer, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And so many people are buying that Punisher in order to give it white boots and a white glove.
That we're gonna get in a year or something. Yeah.
At the end of the day, if it's for you, I hope you got it. If it comes back in stock, get it. Don't hesitate if you do want it. But honestly, what Dan was talking about, there's always FOMO and then there's JOMO, the joy of missing out, which we don't talk about often. I'm experiencing the joy of missing out on this.
Same.
I don't need it.
I like that for you guys. I can't wait until I am in the JOMO crowd.
It's nice over here, Kenny. It's nice.
That could bite me. What if you get it in hand, you do an awesome review on it, and it's the best Spider-Man figure ever, and I'm like, well, crap.
Unlikely.
Yeah, unlikely.
Yeah, I would say it's unlikely. Yeah,
but who knows? It's end of the day. There are more expensive Spider-Man.
I do think it will be a really good Spider-Man, but it's.
We'll see.
The
options.
What is the impetus for me buying this Spider-Man? Right, like obviously I want to get it. I want to put a review up of it. I want to see how it is. But at the end of the day, I'm a dick. I'm addicted. Yeah. No, at the end of the day, like, look, there's just so many Marvel Legends back there. There's like 19 Spider-Man figures, and by 19 I mean 40 or 50. But like regular traditional suit Spider-Man figures, there's already a bunch back there. Where is this one gonna go? I don't know. I don't have a spot for. I don't have a void that requires this Spider-Man. I just want to see what it's all about.
Where it's gonna go is eBay.
It'll be $79.99 pre-owned, opened, but guess what? It will forever live on YouTube. So you do get that famous figure from the 437 views that video gets. So there you go.
You can even sign the box, Kenny.
I will sign the box if you want.
Yeah.
That will
And
take
you don't even have
that will actually lower the value, but I will do that if you want.
And you can even keep the spider sperm if you want.
And I will probably keep the spider sperm for Giant Man. So
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. So let's see here. Jason Smith agrees, says exactly. Chi collects, says they have huge Jomo for this figure. John Morsey points out that it's selling out tells us nothing about numbers. That is true. We don't know how many were made.
Yeah, John makes a great point.
Yeah.
They made 10 of them. They just made 10.
10 for every realtor.
Brian Merchant says it's still a better value than the Mezco Spidey. Yeah, that's a point of conversation too, you know. St. James, what's James saying? I'll be giving one away on Legends and Liquor after I open it, of course. Stay tuned.
Okay. James is
All
doing
right.
big things. That's why he's the patron saint.
Exactly. It would probably be $80 with double figure pack like Bruce Banner. Talking about the Hulk, I guess. Ugh, man,
See,
I don't.
If it was Hulk and a Bruce Banner figure,
Then that's a different conversation. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Agree.
In my mind, that would be what 40.
Yeah.
Like no, it would probably be like 50 for the Hulk
Thank
with
you, Art.
accessories, and like 30 for the
Honestly,
Bruce Banner.
I'd be into that. No questions.
Yeah.
Ooh, would the Bruce Banner have a soft goods lab coat?
No, it would probably
They
just
already
be
have one from Hank Pym.
It would just
That's-
be the same. Oh, yeah. It would be the same Bruce Banner from the Gray Hulk 2-pack, but they would just put the soft goods lab coat from Hank Pym. That would be the only difference. But hey,
You need to give me a Bruce Banner transforming head where it's like half green, like larger on one side.
And then if they could toss in like one arm that has like a morphing thing, I don't know, just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
See, Kenny, you messed up.
Hey,
you just said,
what did I do?
Morphing.
Uh-oh.
So that takes us into
that's the magic word of the night.
The magic word of the night. So next, we're going to talk about the little, the tease of the reveal that's still not a reveal of the Playmates Reignition line. So we know it's called Reignition now. That was revealed a few weeks ago with this little video, like a 3-second video. And now they release these silhouettes. And
Rita's expression says it all. I just have to.
You know what Rita's
graphics.
Yeah.
What Rita's expression says.
Disappointed!
Yep.
Yeah. St. James, I'm out.
We turned another one, guys. We turned another one.
So this is why hold on, let me
Take a big gulp, Justin. A big gulp.
Man, what the hell is this? Let's get in a little closer. So I have no problem with these looking like this if it's like a secondary line that another company's doing, right? But this isn't that. That's what Super 7 was doing beside on the back burner of Lightning Collection. Lightning Collection is done. This got its own name, Reignition. Hasbro's done making Power Rangers figures. This is the new line. This is stuff we got in 2010. This looks like ball joint hips. Look,
it really does. This does not look good.
Those knobby knees.
Look at these and tell me that there's ankle pivot. No,
No, Brian already told us
Yeah, they definitely don't have ankle rocker.
they don't have ankle rocker.
Yeah.
And I've got some examples in here of previous figures, and just look at the proportions. And this is what I was worried about. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. After Lightning Collection, nobody else needs to make Power Rangers figures. I understand you have to as part of your line, but what you need to focus on is stuff like the monsters and the
Yes,
Zords.
that's it.
Stuff that can't. I understand you have to do the Rangers, but this is the tease. And we know these aren't all coming out wave one. God, I hope not. But the
No, they're
fact
gonna
this,
spread this out. They're gonna
Yeah.
definitely they're gonna give you Green Ranger and then make you wait 3 months to get the Red Ranger, and then they're gonna, they can't blow their whole spider sperm load in one go.
Right.
You know?
but look,
This is like a Power Rangers energy drink, like reignition.
Gabriel in the chat says they look like they're in pain.
yes, the proportions on the weapons. Look at these big ass holsters that are sticking out with the blaster mode of the blasters.
Yeah.
When it's
Look
supposed
at
to be
Yellow
folded up.
Ranger. Look at Yellow Ranger's power daggers. That looks
Yeah.
they look like what's the gardening shovel? Like the little
The
trowel?
the
A
trowels.
spade? A
Spade.
spade?
A spade, yeah.
Yeah. That's not power daggers. Those are power spades.
And look at that hoe over there. What?
Also, is that a power blaster in the Green Ranger's holster that he's not supposed to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because where's he putting the dagger if the power
Yeah.
blaster is in there?
I can't tell if that's a huge dagger or a small sort of darkness that he's holding. Right there.
Well, look at Billy's power lance. It's looks super short.
Yes.
You know?
This is terrible, man.
Yeah.
Look at the hands. Look at the knee.
I'm gonna be honest. These, so we don't know what scale these are in, right? We're assuming like 5
They're
inch.
5 inch. Yeah.
They look like 3.75. Weird. This isn't gonna be good.
No
matter how we slice it, but
they look like this. They look like these, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've had these. The fact that we've had Lightning Collection figures, which are better than SH Figure Arts, as far as Rangers and as far as like getting the look down. At the end of the line, by the time they did the remasters, like that's the best, arguably the best, unless you're really into the Mezco Rangers coming out, that you're gonna get at 1/12 scale. It's just it looks like these that came out in 2010, like with no ankle pivot and everything. And
also think of if this is what the silhouette of a Ranger looks like, what would the monsters really end up looking like? Honestly, that's Happy Meal. Like, it's Happy Meal territory,
Yeah. See, I've got this. Like, we've got this stuff.
Yeah.
You bought all that stuff. Look at that.
Yeah. These are the Hasbro $10 ones, and if we got the legacy collection, like this is.
To be fair, it kind of looks like they just took these figures and put them in a silhouette.
Yeah.
Go back to
these.
What's happening to Billy's lance there? What's up with Billy's power lance there?
Yeah.
I don't know, but packaging, I guess. That's
like
it had a bad
man.
Yeah, look at those. Look at those compared to them.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same.
Same. Like you said, Kenny, it looks shrunk down. Just the
do.
way they're holding the weapons. I was holding out judgment for this line. And when I saw that blurb about what people saw at Toy Fair in the UK, where it was kind of talking about what was there, but they couldn't exactly talk about all of it. I was holding out hopes for the monsters, hoping that, okay, maybe when they do this, they need to go like Jada Scooby-Doo line. It needs to be one Ranger and like 2 monsters. And then there needs to be lines of Zords. Focus on the monsters and the Zords. We've had Rangers so many times. Like you were asking about the Spider-Man, David. Who is this for? Who is this for? If this is what you're focusing on, so the fact this is the silhouettes you're showing off, this tells me you're focusing on the Rangers. Tells me that we're going to get maybe a few monsters and they're not the focus. Man, we've had this junk before. We don't need it.
So
And the fact this is going to be the Power Ranger line. It's
so and
scary.
let's really think about that. Who is this for? So Power Rangers as a property is not currently in production anywhere, right? Was there a reboot thing with the original Rangers that was supposed to happen and it's like not currently in the works?
They've canceled all Power Rangers projects as far as I know. I think there's rumors of another movie happening at some point, but
Okay. But
who knows?
so if the quality of these are aimed towards a younger collector, the younger collector isn't even aware of Power Rangers. And
Right.
Mighty Morphin is the focus of this, which that is now 30
That's the oldest group of it, right? Like
32 years old.
Yeah.
Is that 93, right?
I don't know. I'm only 21.
Yeah.
I don't, how
Right,
would I
right,
know?
Kenny. You've never even seen Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
I
Kenny.
don't even know what you guys
You
are
weren't
talking
even
about.
alive when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was on TV.
I don't even have the riz to deal with this skibbity,
Word,
whatever. I don't know.
word.
Jesus.
Word. So yeah, so like what child is going through a toy aisle and saying, "Oh, I need the Red Ranger"? They don't know the Red Ranger. Like what is that?
No.
So who is this for? Andrew, are you buying this line?
No.
Okay. Do you know Mighty Morphin Red Ranger?
You know, I watched it when I was younger, but I don't remember any of it, honestly. So if I went back and rewatched it, it would be new to me. So, yeah.
Are you inclined to go back and rewatch a show from 32 years ago?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
It's
Is
rough.
this toy line what's going to make you go watch that?
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, again, I think the theme of the stream tonight is who is it all this for?
Who is this? Yeah.
The
Right.
fact, this makes the Super 7 Power Ranger figures look good, which is woof. That's tough because they're 7-inch scale and they're just I don't like the proportions on the figures. Where Super 7 was doing good is their Zords and the villains look good.
Yeah.
Like the
I would
monsters,
argue that
those look
the
cool.
Kenner Reaction Power Ranger stuff is better than this, only because it's not even trying to do articulation or anything. It's giving you like a realistic looking character from Power Rangers in a reaction format.
And
You know? So it achieves that better than whatever this is trying to achieve, I would argue.
it confuses me because Playmate's whole thing, like what they do with their turtles, is like the old turtles released on the cards and everything.
Right. It's just the nostalgia grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this isn't that. This isn't the Power Ranger figures we had in 93, 94, 95. These are almost remakes of the 2010 releases, which aren't retro. Those were like updates for their time on the older stuff. This, I would have rather had re-releases of the flip heads again, to be honest with you. I would have rather had re-releases of shrink down the like the 8-inch figures to 5-inch, you know, and do them in the triangle boxes, like how the 8-inch ones were. This is just what the hell. And
but they like even the triangle box stuff was a tribute to the early stuff, you know? So like
yeah,
would Reignition, which is like a new rebrand of the line, would it still go back and try to retread a tribute of a tribute that they've done like every 10 years already?
Double tribute.
Like is there a point for them as new holders of the license to want to just go back over the same old ground that was done before?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're almost compelled to try to find a new way to present them. But again, when you look through the lens of finding a new way to present them, who is it for? Because like you're not really, from what we can tell in the black silhouettes, you're not capturing something appealing that would get. Oh, Justin left. Justin has left the chat.
He's so emotionally distraught.
Yeah.
He has just left. And
I'm telling you.
one thing I would offer is like, and we've talked about this before when Lightning Collection ceased to exist. Lightning Collection was the best of Power Rangers, right? Like I don't know. And I am a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? That is what I grew up watching. I was a huge fan of it as a kid. There's a piece of my heart that is there for the nostalgia of it. So that's what Playmates is going for, right? That's why they're going to launch it with Mighty Morphin. But for what reason? I just don't know that there is an audience out there. This isn't going to be anywhere near as good as Lightning Collection. You know, it's like, what are you doing? For what reason? Like,
What are you doing? Why?
Why are we here? You know?
Why? That's the thing. We've already had Lightning Collection. We've got Super 7 doing stuff. Super 7's doing the Ultimates and reaction stuff. Like what I saw is Chi-Chi Collects asked if these were the flip heads. Would that tickle my fancy? I would prefer the flip heads more. Re-release the flip heads again. The original Bandai flip heads.
Yeah.
Bandai recently, well, not recently, you know what I mean, like 2010 or whenever it was, they re-released the flip heads on the cards, the old cards. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Not that we necessarily need the flip heads again. It would just be nice for people that missed out on them, or you could get extra ones to open and, oh, it's just a reproduction of the old ones. So I have my original ones on card and I have these new ones to open, and it's tight joints and all that stuff. What I was hoping for is what they never re-released were let me bring myself up here. The monsters on card. They did a lot of the monsters on card. And I was hoping that maybe this would be something Playmates would do. This card's really beat up.
It might still. It might still. They said there are monsters.
Because,
so,
like, look at the back right here.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
That would be
This
cool.
is what we need. Nobody wants these Rangers, man. Nobody wants it.
You can't do a Power Rangers line. You know, you said it.
I know.
Like, they need to put out the Rangers, but like this is not it. It's just not it. Like,
it's not.
I don't know.
To me, and I don't know, Justin, you would have a better like grasp on this, but if I'm a Power Rangers collector, right, and Lightning Collection has ended, I would want Playmates to just take over what Hasbro was doing, right? In the same vein that Hasbro took over Toy Biz with Marvel Legends, right? There was a good crossover, a transition, and it all, you know, has come to it's come to head, right? But like to just kill the line for Lightning Collection and then put the license over to Playmates, and Playmates is not going to pick up. It's just going to change everything. We talked about this on the Power Ranger stream a while back, but you're not going to be able to finish anything, right? So that's why, like, if I was a Power Rangers collector on a large scale, I would be super disappointed that there's no transition from line to line. There's no continuity. What you had from Lightning Collection is dead. So give that up. It's over. Forget about it. Move on. Now you got to start with this other thing, and it's not going to be in the same scale, or you got to pick up another line that's also not in the same scale. It's yeah. Well, look, DC fans understand that, right? Because McFarlane and stuff, but you know,
I think we're overdue to talk about McFarlane.
Yeah, well, I had to get a McFarlane thing in there, so you know what I mean.
So sorry, did I cut you off?
No, I don't know that. That's all.
So think of like you've mentioned this, Justin, but the market has been oversaturated with Power Rangers toys for decades. So,
Yes.
and you said it, Super 7, Reaction, SH Figure Arts, Lightning Collection, original Bandai toys. So like they've been done kind of from every angle you can think of. And some of them emulate I call it like the coloring book aesthetic of Power Rangers, where they're like muscly bodies and not like a person in a leotard, but like cartoon versions of Power Rangers. And we don't really know what form of the license Playmates has. Do they not have an option to do face sculpts of any actor? So is this going to tailor more towards the coloring book aesthetic of Power Rangers, because that's the most generic form of the license that they were willing to purchase the rights to, right?
Yeah.
So if I were Playmates, or I was a company that's going to take on this license, and you look it through the history of 30 years plus of toys being released, you kind of should challenge yourself to think, what has not been done, so that I can like put my stamp on it and like provide something that you can't get by going back on eBay and finding something from a while ago. Or how can I do articulation better? How could I do character selection broader? How could I do civilian rangers? How could I do Bulk and Skull? How could I do full teams of the aliens from each season? Like there are holes in every collection you've tried to build of Power Rangers, regardless, right? So like the strategy, in my view, should be do something that we haven't gotten yet. And this, again, as we've pointed out and drag everybody through the mud, this is not it. This is not something that we can't find a better version of from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just it's a misdirection. It's a fail of direction.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know how else I could say it, but it maybe when they show monsters, it'll be another story. Maybe when we see Zords, it'll be a different story. But this is not it.
Yeah.
Fail.
That's the thing. It worries me, because I would hope that if they were innovating, David, like you were saying, by taking steps to do like Zords instead, or if I would love like a cool like 6 to 7 inch line of Zords. That'd be cool. They don't have to transform or anything. They can just be the Megazords, because there are so many different Megazords in the catalog. Even if you're only starting with Mighty Morphin, you can do different configurations of Megazords. You can do probably just Mighty Morphin. There are 4 Megazords. You could also, there were the battle Zords that the Alien Rangers use. So there are 5 of those. So that's 9. And then you can do the where it was the Megazord, but instead of with the T-Rex, it was with the Dragon Zord. So that's 10. And then for season 2, when the White Tiger Zord was there, they did the same thing with that. So you could do like 12 different just Mighty Morphin, like 6-inch Zords, where they're just like articulated pretty good, and you can put them on the shelf, and that's your representation without having to have these huge clunky ones from the 90s.
Yeah.
That's really cool, in my opinion. Same with the monsters. Like with Lightning Collection, we've talked about it before. The monsters scaled bigger than the Rangers. That's perfect, because you can scale them with some Zords that are out there too. And the monsters always scale differently. We're, like you mentioned, DC, how that license has, jumped the boat and jumped the shark a couple times. And, to McFarlane and everything. We're no strangers as collectors to making different scales work on shelves. I can make a 6-inch, 5 or 6-inch monster line kind of work in the background behind my Rangers on a shelf or something like that. Just give us the opportunity to get them. In a show where there was a monster of the week every single episode, and you can also do like different versions of the putties, like how with Super 7, and their putty they packed in, like the episode where the putties were like cowboys, the episode where they were wearing football jerseys and
Mhm.
stuff like that. You can do so many different ones. There were the Z putties when Zed took over, then there were the Tanga Warriors. You can do so much different stuff. And that's just in the realm of Mighty Morphin where they're starting. So it's just, and I have hope, and there's a little blurb. I've read it before, but I can go through and read it, where someone at Toy Fair, kind of did a post about what they saw in the room, and they weren't allowed to take pictures. What worries me is if they're focusing on the Rangers. I understand, I guess it's Power Rangers. You have to release the Power Rangers in a Power Ranger line. But the fact that they're only, how long have we known about this line?
Yeah.
How long have we known something was coming? And they've taken forever to finally tease this. And it's just the silhouette of the 6 Rangers. That's annoying. And that shows me that, we're leading with them. This is what we're focusing on. No, please. They can be there, but don't focus on them. Focus on this other cooler stuff and let the Rangers just be there for whoever wants them.
So are you afraid that this is the best that they have to offer? That's why they're showing it in the silhouette?
It worries me.
Yeah.
It worries me, yeah.
Gabriel says maybe these are the poses they could get in the licensing agreement. Maybe.
Gabriel.
Could be.
Yeah.
You never know.
So I forget. I took a screenshot of this post on Instagram. This is from Toku VII_Joe on Instagram. Talking about the Power Rangers line at Toy Fair in the UK. Says they have a 5-inch figure line with great articulation. Well, that was a lie. All the original Rangers are included, along with lots of aliens and monsters. So there we go. Hopefully.
So that tells aliens and monsters is Rita's crew plus
and then
the week of the monster of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's encouraging. Yes, compulsive collector. Every time Power Rangers comes up, it sounds like an hour of Justin mostly making up words.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is my cathartic. This is like me just getting all the shit out of my system after having the flu, John. So, so the fact that they say lots of monsters and aliens. Okay, cool.
But that could be more than the 6. The count of 6 Rangers.
And if they lead with this shit, are we going to actually get those released? Just because they're teased? Like, if this flops, we're not going to see the cool stuff. If you lead with this crap.
Yeah, man, that's a good point.
But you have hope that there's still cool stuff. That's so cute.
Yeah.
See, there's hope out there.
There's always hope. But, they go on to say after the aliens and monsters that there are Zords. They're sold separately. So that tells me you have to buy all the Zords individually and then create Megazords. Hopefully it's not just the Dino Megazord again. Give us the other Megazords that were in the series in seasons 2 and 3. Please, for the love of God. Everybody's done a fucking Dino Megazord 10 times over. We're sick of it. Everybody's seen it, okay? But we know we're going to get that one first. Whatever. And am I going to buy it? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah. But can combine into one. So, yeah. There are also some roleplay items. Nobody cares. If this is the way your figures look,
roleplay.
The Lightning Collection roleplay weapons and morphers looked good. And all the weapons went on clearance. So I don't give a crap about your Halloween store Power Ranger weapons. I don't give a crap.
That's what the masks are going to be. It's not going to be helmets. It's going to be a mask with a string, like an elastic string that goes around the back of your head and little slits in the mouth so you can breathe through it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, man.
Can't wait.
No.
Can't wait.
Great.
Halloween's going to be so lit.
It's gonna be
everybody's gonna be morphin time.
Some of the recognizable aliens, including Goldar, the Putty Patrol, Rita, Lord Zed, a Skull General, what sounds like Rito Revolto, a big-eyed creature, Okay, probably Eye Guy, which
yeah, that sounds. I mean, what
we
else?
already
would
got
be?
that. A Sphinx monster, which we already got from Lightning Collection and Super 7. That's disappointing.
Okay, so
A Mantis monster, which we don't have yet. A plant monster, and they even have large figures too. That sounds like Titan, like style figures, which are worse.
Maybe that's what's
And-
in the picture right here in the silhouette. Maybe those are the Titan ones.
Oh God, we can only hope so.
yeah, no.
We can only hope so.
Ooh.
Could
But
you imagine
apparently-
like super lanky, like 18-inch figures with those bean hole legs? Yeah, that'd be
That's
cool.
hot.
At this point, I'm just gonna flip my shit when Mondo gets the license too, and then we have these huge, like $300 Rangers from
It's
Mondo.
coming, man. It's coming. And then you'll know the pain of real Ghostbusters. Because I'm just saying, that this
And
is too much money to spend on.
So
Ghostbusters.
Justin's gonna be a flip head himself.
There you go.
can
Custom.
we not?
Custom. Just Justin collects flip head. There
It's
you
just
go.
on,
And
the
it's a
second one's
normal
just
head
on
and then, like,
fire.
it's a normal head, and then it flips to an exploding head.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Can we not just get one line to just finish out everything?
No.
No.
Fuck you, Hasbro. Fuck you. Oh my God. We got so close.
Did Power Rangers did that like perform so poorly that they had to offload it?
No, they stopped giving a shit. They stopped
Yeah,
advertising. When showing off anything, it got to where it was so lackluster because you know how they move people around to different brands and stuff.
Yeah.
You could tell it was nobody working on the brand's fault. It was the bigwigs in the offices not caring about who was doing what. And Lightning Collection had so much like good energy behind it and so much steam behind it, and we're doing so good that it really sucked. And the writing was on the wall when we started going like months without hearing anything. It was like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, here's a figure. But it was never revealed or something. And there were just no reveals anymore. And then that last wave they did of Lightning Collection, not the remasters, but the last main wave where they like officially started Turbo with the Red Ranger, even though they had already done the Blue Centurion and Phantom Ranger. And they did Translucent Phantom Ranger too. But they did all those and then finally got to Red and then started, I think it was Lightspeed Rescue, and there was another team they started in that same wave. And then it was okay, done. The fact
was it like Yellow RPM or something?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And you were so close. Just finish the damn teams. What's John Morrissey saying? Andrew, you need to buy the entire Playmates line for your cousin. It's like he really wants it.
I think he does. Yeah.
Oh,
But they're
John,
each going to
the
be
twist-
they're
the
each a
twist-
$49.99 price point. Just so
Oh, damn. I was going to say the twist would be that Andrew really loves this line, and every episode he comes on and talks about how good it is. You know,
Yeah.
like he's got one to show off every episode.
Jesus
That would
Christ.
be the nice twist.
Yeah.
well,
Unless
let's-
they're $49.99 each.
Justin, what price point would be
We're all out.
appealing for you for this line,
$5.
given the silhouettes that we see right here?
I would.
Best I can do is $2.99.
Kenny said was 5. That sounds great, but
Yeah.
I would want it to be 10 a piece. Realistically, they're going to be like that 12, like 83, whatever that weird price point the Ninja Turtles are. 12 to like 15 is they're probably going to be $15 a piece, which is way too high. I will buy all the monsters that I don't already have. I will get all the Zords. I'm not touching these Rangers with a 10-foot pole. I refuse.
What if they just show up at your door?
He's lighting that box on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just opens the door. They're
Who
just
did
standing
this
there.
to me? No.
No, just I don't know, man. I've complained about it enough. I just wanted to bring it back up because this was the first time us actually seeing the silhouettes, and it just did nothing but disappoint me. And the thing is, the way that they've had this line going for a while, they've had it in the works. We knew something was coming. They waited forever. We finally got the teaser that was just the Reignition logo. So, okay. And then here's a teaser, and it's just the silhouettes. Why not just reveal the damn figures? I don't understand.
It's
Is it
gonna
that
be
big of a
Toy Fair,
deal?
right? It's gonna be Toy Fair, right?
Yeah. But
You
who
know, they
cares?
gotta build it up, man. Like, build the hype.
To tear it
Did it-
down.
That, or
Did
they
this
took the
fail to, like,
picture.
reignite your love.
Mm-mm.
It didn't reignite your love.
Mm-mm.
My theory is they took the picture and they're like, damn, these suck. So
Yeah,
just
let's black
silhouette
these
them.
out.
Yeah. And
Look,
we'll go from there.
If the first like care package I ever get from a company on my YouTube channel is these figures from Playmates,
I hope it is.
I'm going to die laughing with that.
Playmates,
With the
if you're
amount
out
of shit
there,
I've talked.
if you're out there, please send them to Just Justin Collects. You can even charge them to Encounter Culture. I just want that to happen. So please.
It's like 5 times 6. Yeah, 30. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's
Whatever.
who gives a shit, right? Yeah, Playmates, make sure you pack in the role play items too. I really want that Red Ranger mask just to put on, and I will wear it for a whole fucking stream. I promise. I
can't wait.
promise I will.
It's morphin' time, baby.
Guys, that's just I just think about like if Marvel Legends were to end, like just be like done.
Why would you say that though? Like,
And then like Playmates is like, oh, don't worry, guys. We're gonna do Marvel Reignition. Here you go.
Oh god. No.
Everyone pitchforks. I'm telling you.
Or maybe it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I could be out of collecting. I could move on to a new venture.
Yeah. Kenny, you don't want to live in a world where it's all you have for DC is McFarlane and all you have for Marvel Legends is Playmates.
No. No. That sounds like the worst thing. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like that at all. Not here for it. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Jesus. But
you'd buy it.
But I buy it. Yeah.
I just wish that, man, I wouldn't bitch about that at all. Like I said, if it was just like a secondary line, if Playmates, I don't know where a hat is in this house. I have to go to my closet. I will eat a hat. I will eat one of my hats. If Playmates alongside these releases like a deluxe line of highly articulated Rangers, and I pray to God they don't look like those Bandai Legacy Rangers, where Billy was doing that weird stripper dance with his rubber band staff. If we got that
$39.99 for premium Playmates line.
Maximum Playmates. That sounds like
a porn site.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah. 3 X's in maximum.
Yeah.
Comes with role play items too. There you go.
See, look at that.
Like
it's all
staff,
there.
Like Blue Ranger rubbery staff.
Yeah.
But the ends aren't quite the Triceratops thing.
Yeah.
Comes with the rubber gloves, the morpher on a belt buckle, and a power sword, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's morphin' time. Get over here, baby. It's morphin' time.
But
it's all there for you.
Yeah.
But so nobody else, are any of you even slightly interested in picking up any of these Ranger figures, depending on what comes out?
No.
I would hope not. What about monsters? Monsters, David.
So when you mentioned the plant monster, I'm not even thinking of. I think there've been several plant-like monsters on Power Rangers, regardless of which one it is, I'm thinking more as a henchman for Poison Ivy, than as a monster in Power Rangers. Because it will scale differently from what we've gotten for Lightning Collection as it is. So like if it's like a big Venus flytrap monster or a big like Seymour from or Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors, like I would get whatever it is and have it be like Poison Ivy's like latest creation, and just do that.
It's Audrey 2, by the way, David.
Yes. So thank you. Yeah, I know Seymour. I'm a homosexual. I know what musical theater is all about. All right, thanks. You have to pass the test before they let you be a gay. So, but yeah, I feel like I would take the monsters like one at a time based on if I saw them serving a purpose beyond Power Rangers. But I'm not thinking about any of this supplementing the Power Rangers line that I have. That is the best that they're going to do.
The cards will look something along the lines of it'll probably be a remake of these types of cards, no matter what.
Would be great if it was like windowless packaging. Like,
oh, Jesus,
you can only hope and dream.
David, I tried to have a little bit of like a shred of hope there for a split second. Thank you.
The Power Rangers want us to be eco-friendly and not have plastic in the packaging.
That's what
the Power Rangers would want.
It annoys me because I feel like Playmates, even in that retro style packaging, style of making figures like they do, there are so many other properties they could do instead of Power Rangers and let somebody else do some Power Rangers. I would be all about like some Playmates. If Playmates wanted to do, talking about eco-friendly, if they wanted to do a Captain Planet line, that'd be awesome, dude. That'd be cool.
But plastic-free packaging on Captain Planet, I don't know.
If they wanted to tackle like Cartoon Network
like
shows and stuff, which, Andrew, I got pissed today. The other week I went to go, a lot of the Cartoon Network shows are on Max. And I wanted to watch Ed, and Eddie. Ed, and Eddie isn't on Max. And so it was just, and then today I went and looked, it's just Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. I swear Dexter's Laboratory was on there because my 4-year-old was watching it with me. And I wanted to go watch a specific episode of Dexter, and it was gone off of there. And when you search like these Cartoon Network shows, which are like classics, in my opinion, for us growing up, it's impossible to find them streaming anywhere besides those 3 that are on Max. Like they want you to pay per episode or go to Walmart and spend like $80 on a DVD box set.
Yeah.
That's welcome. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. But yeah. So we can't even get the media anywhere streaming, and I'm over here asking for a toy line.
Yeah.
But
seems
wouldn't that
outrageous.
be cool? A Playmates like Cartoon Network toy line. I'd be all for it. Just leave my Power Rangers alone. Let fucking, I don't know. Let anybody but McFarlane or NECA get Power Rangers, okay?
Would you want Jada to do Power Rangers?
Oh, yes.
Jada probably would have been the better option.
The only downside is we would get 4 a year.
But what's the aesthetic? What's the Power Rangers like? Because we haven't seen Jada do like real faces. Like they've done video game and animated series, and
if it'll keep that price point at $24 and give me a broad selection, I don't even care about the face portraits. I've got my face portraits with my Lightning collection now. They're not all perfect, but they're not all ever going to be. At the end of the day, I display my Rangers as the Rangers on there. At some point, I might swap some of the teams over for a little while and put civilian heads on them. But you watch Power Rangers, it's nice to have the civilian head portraits, but at the end of the day, 90% of the time, I'm going to display it as the Ranger. So I already have that option for Hasbro. Unless Jada was going to give us full-on civilians, that'd be something completely different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with Jada is they would knock it out of the park with the Rangers, but they would start over with Mighty Morphin 2. And we would just get better versions of the Lightning collection through Jada. And it would take forever for us to get, we wouldn't go deep dive into any monsters or anything like that. We might get like Goldar, Lord Zed, and Rita, but that'd probably be it. So I want Jada to like increase as a company like tenfold,
Yeah.
and
Get
then
more
put out
licenses. Yeah.
more than like 6 figures a year for a line. That'd be great. That'd be great. So that's what sucks, man. Jada's great, but I'm worried about them doing any more cool lines because like the Scooby-Doo line we've been waiting on for forever. Tony the Tiger, I feel like we saw that revealed 2 years ago and still nothing on it. And it's like, well, Jada, come on now. Come on. You know, we had a great first few dates and you just stopped calling. Okay. Come on, Jada.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
Right. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Kenny, so Playmates is going to start making Superman figures starting next week.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
McFarlane's keeping the DC license, but he's no longer doing any more Superman figures. So don't worry.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be Playmates and like the kind of squat posed like the turtles are Superman. So
This almost feels like a lose-lose, right? Like I don't even
It
know.
is.
I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
almost.
I'm still gonna buy it though, but
yeah,
I might complain less. Real quick, because I grabbed this because David was talking about killer plants, and Audrey 2 was the main killer plant. Little Shop of Horrors. By the way, when I was in New York, that's what I was doing for my birthday. I did go see Little Shop of Horrors.
Nice.
Off Broadway, but yeah, that was Little Shop of Horrors is my favorite. It's my favorite musical, but it's like one of my favorite movies of all time. So,
speaking, sorry, keep going, Kenny. Sorry.
Just a minor side note to your Superman hypothetical, which I don't like. So,
so Kenny, speaking of things you've seen recently, can we get a non-spoiler review of Captain America?
Sure. I will try. Let's see.
Who died?
Well, first of all,
Good job.
everyone died. And also, Darkseid was the main villain,
Wow.
Yeah, it was a DC crossover. It got weird. No. Let's see. Non-spoiler review. It was decent. All right. And when I say that, I mean it moved the total MCU plot along. Did it need to be a movie? No. What I think hurt it was it should have been a series, because the series would have allowed things to play out a little bit longer, a little bit better.
Gotcha.
So I think what hurt it was being a movie. You had to pack some things in.
What hurt the movie was it tried to be a movie.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, if it would have been a series, that would have really helped the story. Being a movie is what hurt it. Compacting I just said the same. No, but I'm just saying, packing everything into an hour and
it was like a 2 hour. It was
5
like
hour,
a minute
45
under 2
minutes.
hours.
Yeah. Packing everything into that little bit of amount of time hurt the plot, as opposed to developing it over 10, 12 episodes or whatever, to give it a little bit more room to expand. Is it worth seeing? I think it's worth seeing. There are some cool things in there, some cool stuff. You do get, this isn't a spoiler, but you do get a good view of Red Hulk's nipple. So a big red nipple on the screen. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know.
I saw it yesterday as well.
Okay. Maybe you could, better explain.
Well, so do you?
Oh no, that was perfect.
I haven't done movie reviews, but I need to ask. So when you say like a non-spoiler review, do you want like my impressions and opinions of how it was without talking about what happened in the movie? Is that what we want?
Yeah.
Okay. So and I spoke about this with one of my AP, like my LP agents at my store today, and she had the same opinion that it was very mid. It was very like
Mm.
flat. There wasn't a real climax feeling in it. They didn't really have a build. Um, there are parts of it that address things that have happened in the MCU, but in my view, it revisits a lot of things that were a long time ago. So there's no real momentum and payoff to us getting that resolution now. Like there's just like this doesn't build on any momentum. It's a follow-up to Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was like 4 years ago. It follows up on some things from the original Hulk movie that was Edward Norton. And
Okay.
like, and that movie was, correct me if I'm wrong, 2008.
You think so?
2008
Yeah.
sounds right. Yes.
So we're talking 13 years ago,
Yeah.
right? Is my math wrong?
No, that I
No,
mean that
17 years ago.
Jesus.
2010 to
This isn't a math
2025 is 15. So we're seeing a revisitation and like follow up to story that happened 17 years ago in the MCU. And it also, in my opinion, didn't lay in much groundwork for like what's the follow up to this. Kenny,
that's why I'm saying it would have been better as a TV show.
But I don't even think they could have gotten multiple episodes out of this. It was 2 hours and there wasn't much of an arc.
Because they tried to cram too much. They tried to piece too much together, right? To your point, trying to piece the 2008 Hulk into the MCU, but not really explaining the timeline, because in essence, I think we know when that happened in the grand scheme of the MCU, but it wasn't 2008, right? Apparently,
one of the characters said he was locked up for 13 years. One of the characters said that.
Okay,
so
I guess it was. But so then, so that stuff really, it's.
It was not a bad movie. It was not a bad movie by any stretch. I was not upset at any point in watching the movie. The actors are good. The actors are good. The characters are relatively engaging. But as far as like moving story, with the story that it followed up on wasn't very satisfying. The story that it maybe left out there to build on in the future, I'm not really clear on that. I think there's one missed opportunity of a character they did not use in the movie at all. And Kenny, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
But it's just like I expected more. I expected better.
Honestly,
some of the graphics are interesting. It was okay.
I think the only purpose of this movie was to explain Celestial Island.
Okay.
So they did bring up why that they did finally address
that was the
they acknowledge it.
The most significant development for the movie, right? And acknowledgement of something that we had seen in the MCU.
Yeah,
maybe I don't know.
But I think that my biggest problem, and I talked about this at work today with the other person that saw it. It's like for me, the whole multiverse saga doesn't really have any momentum. Like there's been so many like pushbacks of projects, and it creates this dead space of like 3 years between things.
Yeah,
and, like we've gotten so many like new generation characters introduced in the multiverse saga, and then there's been like no real follow-up to build on that momentum and give the audience an idea of where we're going. Like,
well, we're just waiting on Kang.
But which are we ever going to get Kang back? So Jonathan Majors is out. Like the Young Avengers, is that happening? Like, it's like, it's very like anybody that watched She-Hulk, there was a character introduced at the end of that we've never seen. What happened at the end of Eternals?
Yeah.
We've not seen any follow-up to that. We don't know if we will. The Blade project is like off the slate. That was supposed to be a follow-up and continuation of Black Knight from Eternals, and some of the Eternals disappeared. Where did they go? Harry Styles is Star Fox, is he ever coming back with Pip the Troll? Like, there's a million things that
So
have
many things, yeah.
floated out there, and they're all just dangling in the air. Like, there's no weaving it together. Oh, remember this? Like, they're going back to 2008.
I do think that this movie tried to weave some things together. Did it succeed in that? Maybe. I guess not. But like, I feel an attempt was there.
Yeah, the movie was an
Good old Playmates style attempt.
The movie was an attempt. Yes. Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah, do you want to see 5 more movies that are attempting to weave things together? Absolutely not. I mean, this could be an entire discussion, right?
Well,
like, look,
we
everything.
should do a movie review stream.
Everything posts, everything post Infinity Saga has been up and down. So I don't know, but
I mean, what's the fair time to let this movie sit before we spoiler talk?
I think next week.
Yeah.
This one doesn't need a lot of time. Like, people are gonna see it if they want to see it, and they're gonna wait. I think most people are gonna wait. So if you didn't see it in the first week, do you really care that much?
No.
I don't know.
Well, Justin, what was your take? Were you planning to see it soon?
Nah, I can't make it in the movies, so I'm gonna be waiting for it to hit streaming. So I'm not worried about spoilers, because if you're waiting for stuff to hit streaming at this point and you're active on the internet at all, you're going to see those spoilers at some point.
It's hard,
so like with Deadpool and Wolverine, I was never able to go see that. By the time I saw it, I already knew probably 95% of the spoilers.
So Kenny, having seen it and having seen the commercials and the trailers, is there anything that we could really say here that would spoil the movie?
No, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think there was anything significant that came out of that movie.
Han Solo was in it, right, Andrew? There you go.
Yep. Older version, but yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Got a little red though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
No, like, what was there's no big reveal, right? Like, we already knew going into this that Serpent Society would be involved. We already knew that Harrison Ford was Red Hulk.
So, spoiler alert, there are no spoilers.
Spoiler alert, it was filmed in DC, and I live 10 minutes from DC, and I don't recall this being filmed in DC. So
and you didn't see Red Hulk tearing up the.
Yeah, I wasn't in the movie, so I'm a little disappointed about that. If I'm being honest.
Well, damn. Yeah, I'll see it when it hits streaming, but I don't know, man.
Well, anybody in the chat, if you want to hear us talk more about this movie, let us know in the chat, and maybe next week we'll spoiler it all. Who knows?
Spoil all of it. Tony Stark came back. He's actually Red Hulk. That's why the figure looks nothing like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is actually going to play every single Marvel character going forward.
It's true.
That might help. That might help the Marvel
the
universe.
Black Widow sequel is going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
Hey.
But guys, I think we're probably going to call it a stream there. We got to leave a little bit for next week. We have to leave a little bit to the imagination. I do want to bring up our wonderful channel members one more time. Does anyone want to give this? It's a shorter list today, guys. Does anyone want to give this shorter list?
I'll do it.
Ooh.
All right. Justified MVP. Z-Man, 12 Bat. Are you still here? I think you went to bed already, but okay. Legion X. I haven't seen the chat talk at all. Maybe my internet connection is slow. But
no, they quieted down.
Okay. So yeah. I guess they all ran out to go watch the movie before we spoiled it for them. Legion X, Compulsive Collector, John Morrissey, the one, the only, the three of us, David, Evan, and Smith. Justified Group, St. James, Mr. Dan Who reviews occasionally. Christopher Allen, Displayed Once, Kurt K, who said he was dipping out for some kind of sporting event for 30
He said
minutes.
30 minutes, and then he never came back.
That's a lie. So he lied. He's a lying liar who lies.
Now we have abandonment issues. Thank you, Kurt.
Yep. Just like my father, Jesse Hubbard, and some guy in counterculture who has questionable taste in movies, and then calls Cave, killing the game in the photo world. What is it that you're swirling around there, Kenny? I can't see it.
I mean, I wouldn't call it the best movie of all time, but I would call it a classic.
And that is what?
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Is that a VHS tape?
It is.
Wow. You know what VHS tapes are great for?
What?
Fireplace kindling.
Is that true?
I'm sure that they're flammable. I'm sure that they're flammable.
Very
Test
much
it
so.
out. Test it out.
No, I'm just saying.
Guys,
This is
as a
a
thank you for anyone still
masterpiece.
around listening, I did go ahead and gift 5 memberships away. So let's look and see who those went to. Oh, Cheeky Monkey Kiara got
Hey.
one. Wookie Jesus of Nazareth.
That's a name.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the name. Lord of Brooklyn BK for life.
Okay.
So there you go, David. Somebody out there close to you.
But you're not
Right.
from Queens. Queens.
Shout out to the people in Queens.
It started with a click, Shelly, and
Hey.
yes, sir. That's the name. Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's
That's
hot.
Just
That's
yes,
nice.
sir.
Thank you all for. I don't even know if those went to people watching. So the crazy thing is, so we've noticed like people have told us before that like our UK friends, they'd already went to bed and they got gifted a membership. But like we've got 20 something people still watching collectively. So I know some of that spread out like on Twitch and X, but I would think it would prioritize people that are watching and not go to people. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the memberships only go to YouTube
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
subscribers, but just they have to be subscribers.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a good point. Like I've definitely been gifted memberships to channels that I'm not actively watching the stream, but I'm subscribed to the channel. So.
Yeah. I had a couple weeks in a row where I got gifted probably 4 or 5 different channel memberships randomly. So it's like when YouTube picks you, they just pick you and you just get all these different memberships.
I was
So-
hoping I would be gifted a membership to this channel, but it didn't happen. So I finally had to cave in and become an MVP.
Right.
Jeez.
That's what I'm wondering. All the memberships have been gifted away. I expected now you and Kenny are members already, but I would expect like Andrew and Alexi to eventually catch one eventually. But no. Chi Collects has been active in the chat, hasn't caught one. Let's see here.
Well, I just see that Chi asked, is it worth paying to watch it on the big screen, or can we just wait for the free stream?
Well,
To be honest,
this stream,
the free
you should just wait for it. Don't pay for this.
Next week.
Oh, the movie. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So, guys, that's it. It was a more laid back stream today. I didn't want to get too deep into a topic, and I had a lot of Power Rangers to bitch about, and it's kind of that dry part of the year as far as news on action figures, honestly. Besides, everyone freaking out about Maximum Series Spider-Man, and I guess David got some slightly new figures right there. I'm really jealous of that last effect there, David. Nice. And I want to ask y'all's opinion. I'll ask it off air about this display back here. But guys, that is it for this week's Collecting Justified. Tune in next Saturday. We will be back with a fun topic. I think Alexi will be back. Andrew, are you here next week, or are you back at work?
I'll be here.
We might have a full house. I don't know when we're going to do it, because I know there's some other topics we want to get to, and I want to probably just let somebody here choose the topic and run with it next week. Next week, maybe. Eventually, though, I do want to do trivia numero dos. It'd be fun.
We need another stream to sink to the bottom of the view count. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Or who knows? That one might be such a big hit because we have all the drama to go off of for Trivia Stream 1.
sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah, exactly.
Don't stop believing.
It-
Just
What if I just reuse all the exact same questions? Too?
Actually, that would be funny. Like, you
we'd still get
imagine
them wrong.
we still get them wrong. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be
We've
great.
learned nothing. We've learned nothing.
Damn.
I
that would
might-
be interesting.
What I'll do probably is I'll do some new questions, but still sprinkle in some of the old ones. There we go. Only the worst ones that everyone hated. Right, Andrew? All the Mondo
Who's Mondo?
questions.
Just
all
guess
the Mondo.
Mondo.
Andrew
Never heard
is
Mondo.
the Mondo
Look it out.
expert at this point.
Out.
But that's it, guys. We will see you all next week at 8:45-ish on Saturday here on the Just Justin Collects YouTube channel. But till then, appreciate you guys.